And we're off recording.
We're multiplying.
Now we have a returning co-host now.
Returning co-host
In Ben,
Yo.
and we have a new special guest, secret agent Jacob Brockway.
Jacob Brockway.
Resident.
Also, we're canceled.
Yeah, we're ending.
What? Oh,
because I'm moving.
Unfortunately, and not only that, but it looks like I might have a career job now too soon.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
As you're employed.
You two can take this up. You two can get handed a podcast you don't want.
Well, I just got an offer from, or not an offer. I got a recruiter is interested in giving me a position in Rome. For
I'll give you a position.
Oh, that-
Alan
Yeah,
Hamilton.
yeah.
You know that?
They're stringing you along. It
That's
sounds
where
like.
Bust's used to work. It's on the base, right?
Yeah.
That's their military contract. Right?
They're like they're a management consultant for military contractors.
Yeah, I'm vaguely
Yeah.
familiar with that.
Yeah, well.
There's been a few people.
What kind of work would you do for them?
They said they wanted me to work at AI modernization
They would
and
supply
cloud
Israel
transformation.
Directly. Ivan carries them over by hand.
He goes, here you go, sir.
I'm going for moving boxes to. I just have to hand move like 800-pound missiles.
You have to design an AI that specifically targets Palestinian children. You have to design a
Amalgamate the faces
for
of
the
every.
Javelin missile system on a fucking.
Yeah.
Image recognition on a Javelin missile.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure they look.
He actually
Make
has
sure
a-
they look Palestinian.
They
before
got a new machine. They just need it's like a pen laser. So on all the missiles, he's just got to put Charlie Kirk 19. Whatever
Yeah,
he was born,
exactly.
so
Yeah.
2025.
Never forget.
Yeah, never forget. We're all Charlie Kirk.
We are all
Kirk's
Charlie
signature
Kirk.
Javelin rocket.
We are all.
Fucking Kimmel. Did you hear about this news?
He got fired.
Kimmel got canceled.
Oh God.
Because he said Charlie Kirk was a piece of shit.
No,
Kimmel
he
got
didn't even.
fired.
He didn't even say he was a piece of shit. Did he? It was. I think it. Oh God, I just watched the clip. I can't believe I can't remember what it was.
But yeah, Kimmel got canceled. So
Did you listen to?
we don't live in a free country anymore.
Speaking of that, I don't know.
Yeah, that ran
Did
out free speech.
did you listen to the song that I sent you on the Insta?
You sent me a song?
Yeah, it was in the group chat.
Yeah.
I apologize. I did not see that. What was this?
you're good.
Okay.
We were baiting you.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
All right.
I
No,
guess
but
we're not masturbators.
yeah, sorry. We're the Illiterati. That was the name of the podcast. That's the name of the podcast.
That's the name of our army. our
Yeah,
group.
the Illiterati.
That's like the fan base.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we this week read. Well, 3 out of 4 of us read "Behold a Pale Horse." One of us read 2 books.
Behold the Pale Horse.
Behold the Pale Horse.
Did we talk about this on air, or was that before you started?
That was before we started. That
Okay.
you had to go through just a catalog of
recommended
alien abductions.
the wrong fucking book.
Sorry,
I
I'm
swear
sorry.
to God.
Ben
Go
got
back
the
in
right
time.
one. It's funny that Ben got the right one from the exact same thing that I said.
Okay, it's
but
because I
sure,
was
put it on me.
trying to be literate. Because I swear you said behold the Pale Horse, and I remember going onto Audible and distinctly seeing 3 copies of Behold a Pale Horse and being like, no, that's not what
That
he
can't
meant.
be it.
That
That
can't be it. And eventually I scrolled down and I found a book called Behold the Pale
No
Horse.
star reviews, nothing, not one click. from
Clearly
anybody.
capitalizing off of the other one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the guy who wrote it
A
wrote
less
it himself.
popular conspiracy book.
Because the guy who was audibling it was not being paid to do it.
Yeah, he was
It
just.
was like, on the 5th of May, 1940. Like, he fucking can't say the months of the year. No, it was something.
Okay, but did you end up finishing Behold a Pale Horse?
I listened to that one today, and I
Okay.
have to say, it was much more of an enchanting read.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
That was actually.
I know you wanted to tear into this book.
Oh fuck, dude! I kind of want to talk about. Can we talk about?
Sure,
the
real
book
quick.
and
Give
then
us
we
the
read?
lowdown
Can
on
you guys
the.
give me some
So okay,
some
so
information around this?
everybody, if you don't know, this was written by a man named Bill Cooper. William.
I'm more
Cooper.
familiar with him than I am the book.
He is a quintessential figure in the history of American conspiracy. He is arguably the man who invented modern conspiracy thought. He ran a radio show called Coast to Coast for many long years. You probably are familiar with him specifically because of X-Files and how X-Files was based off of most of the shit he was talking about or wrote about in his life.
When did he write this book?
That's a great.
1991, I think.
Okay, 91. That sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay, was Coast to Coast not Art Bell?
I think they might have both hosted it or something. They
Because
were
now
both,
there's a third, because Art Bell died.
Yeah,
And there's
yeah.
a third guy who I also
Yeah.
am a little bit familiar with.
they're all.
My only familiarity with Coast to Coast is through Art Bell.
They're
I'm
all
not
crazy
surprised he's
people.
connected.
They're all crazy people.
Yeah.
It's enchanting American conspiracy is
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
And so just to give you the rundown on Bill Cooper, he was both in the Air Force. and in
Navy.
the Navy as a special intelligence officer.
Oh, he was in both Air Force. And
Yeah,
Navy?
both.
Oh, okay.
both.
Is this in the book?
He talks about himself a little bit, yes. I will make it abundantly clear, this man is a liar and is almost constantly lying about everything he's writing about. But doesn't disqualify this for a serious discussion about engagement with truth and conspiracy in a modern age.
I think it only.
Put the mic like
Yeah, put it wherever you want.
So you don't think George Bush was part of the Skull and Bones?
I do think, wasn't he? Wasn't that like commonly known?
He says it in the book too, though.
He says he was.
Well,
Okay, I'm not saying he was lying about everything.
Oh, okay. You just say that he's not trustworthy.
That don't take everything this man says.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the moon has an atmosphere.
Yeah, it's like
It also doesn't show us the same face all the time, and it's like you could prove that with science. That
Yeah.
it
Well,
does.
are you familiar with the intelligence term, a limited hangout? Have you guys ever heard that term used before?
A limited hangout?
Yeah.
Limited hangout?
Yeah.
I think it was,
right to the mic.
some intelligence guy during the Nixon
down.
presidency.
Lay it down.
It's got two mics on it. Just both those silver things. There
Yes,
you go.
just edit around all of it?
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
No, it's all going up like that.
Well, I mean, how many
wondering, I was
episodes
wondering.
have you watched?
please explain limited hangout, because that is important. To
I think that's
understand.
key. I think that's key to what you're talking about, because I wish I knew the details more. I used to be really into this stuff, but a limited hangout, it was coined,
Whoa.
I'm sure it existed before this, but it was publicly kind of talked about during Nixon's presidency. Some intelligence mouthpiece talked about it, but it's basically the idea that within intelligence communities, like, certain ideas are, I don't know if proliferated is the right word. The exact, like,
spread.
means by which it spreads is kind of, you can't really confirm it, but you totally can. A good example is, like, again, no confirmation, but a lot of people point to the fact that, like, Jack Posobiec was, like, involved in intelligence and politics and started, like, really beating the drum about QAnon and adrenochrome and all that stuff right around the time that Jeffrey Epstein started to come out, and so it's like
It's-
kind of parallels
It's
truths.
It's an intentional sort of misinformation campaign.
yeah,
right?
they let some stuff go
Yeah.
so that's like, it's
so-
allowed to be part of the
yes.
discourse, and
So-
the other stuff seems crazier by comparison, because it's
Yeah.
like when you're talking about children getting their adrenal glands
Take it.
milked.
Yeah, and then
to
fed
keep-
to Hillary Clinton. Yeah.
Yeah.
So to make a point to square the circle here, the Bill Cooper, he was in naval intelligence, and he specifically got Q clearance. He was entitled to top secret information, right? We don't know what secret information he got. He claims he saw documentation that proves that there is a secret president underneath Mount Weather in Virginia.
I do remember he was talking about FEMA in the book.
Yes,
he was
the
saying
FEMA
that
death
FEMA
camps.
actually has a secret president
yes, he
and
was-
members
that
of
guy.
Congress.
He's this guy. This is this
He's
guy.
the FEMA guy?
In FEMA.
He popularized that
He
FEMA death
popularized
camps
that
were going to
whole,
be a thing.
Yeah, I believe.
And he claimed he had documentation of Majestic 12 speaking to aliens and making a deal with extraterrestrials. This might not have been in this version of the book
I have
that you
no
guys got,
idea what
but
you're
he
referencing.
popularized a lot
But
of
this
stuff.
is-
He spoke out that saying teenagers were going to get over medicated and then shoot up schools. And probably his claim to fame, his best call as a conspiracy theorist was that in
AIDS.
Not AIDS, though.
No.
That is a good one.
Okay.
His best claim is that I think he claimed it like June 11th of 2001 that Osama bin Laden was going to be blamed for a terrorist attack in the domestic United States, and then September 11th rolled around, right?
Okay.
So he
Isn't Osama bin Laden the leader of a terrorist organization?
No,
yes.
I'm
That
not.
doesn't like the
I'm not
US?
trying to make this man
Yeah,
more
that's
credible
what-
than he is. He is
Okay.
100% a liar. But he popularized this modern way of conspiracy that I think.
No, it's pretty freaking cool.
Talk about proliferating.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how people engage in politics today. You
Yeah.
can't have a
Oh,
single
yeah.
person who. The second I heard about Charlie Kirk, I was like, no, that's a double bluff. That's a red
False flag.
herring. They don't want us to know about the UFO sightings. that
We
they're
talked
bringing,
about
the
this.
UAPs.
Yeah. Yeah. First.
No, so what did
I don't wanna-
you? You two finished this book, right?
Well-
What did you take away from it? What things stood out?
Well,
to you?
real quick to that point, like Jacob was saying about the unlimited hangout.
A limited hangout.
Limited.
A limited hangout. I saw. I don't know if this is
Limited
true, but online, like
hangouts.
when Charlie Kirk died,
All right.
the House or the Senate passed like not to release some important Epstein thing. Did
Yes,
you see that?
specifically.
So that would be
Yeah.
like, would that be an example where that's kind of not talked about because everyone's talking about
So
Charlie?
limited hangout would be better be described as misinformation, not
Yes.
intentional.
Yes.
Like so, this
okay.
I think what you're thinking of is more like a red herring or a distraction, right?
Yeah.
There's a better political term for
There,
that.
there
that
probably is a better word
yeah,
for
but,
it,
but ostensibly you're saying that they put on a big show over here.
Yeah, make a
so
lot of
that
noise
They don't see,
to
that
hide
everybody
something
doesn't
going
see
on
that
elsewhere.
the Epstein stuff didn't get passed,
Yeah.
right? Which I do agree with that. It's very coincidental, right? You know, and
I don't even think you have to be a conspiracy theorist about that. I think, even let's say the Kirk stuff is organic, completely
just
some
happened. Some
weirdo
crazy-
online guy.
They're not
It's
gonna
an
spin that to-
opportunity.
yeah.
It's an opportunity to now, decorate the headlines for the next fucking. I thought it honestly would be 2 days, but it's almost been a week
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Yeah.
People keep.
And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
miss
and
ground
Jimmy Kimmel
invasions.
got fired.
You miss ground invasions
That's
in the
crazy, I
Middle
didn't know
East.
that.
You miss
Yeah, I didn't know
the
Jimmy Kimmel got
Epstein
fired.
file stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's an opportunity and
Yeah.
it's seized.
Yeah. But no, true. Yeah. So that's I get what you're saying because I again I know this man is a liar. I know he's a liar. I've read so much of his stuff. There's no way he's telling the truth about things.
He's a good storyteller.
But yeah, he's an incredible storyteller, and also, like, if there is a seed of truth in all the bullshit, is there like a sieve, right? To sift through the dirt to find specks of gold, right? If we have some internal mechanism capable of weighing out these ideas, can we weigh out like his theory that AIDS was specifically designed to target Black and Latino communities and gay communities in America? I don't agree with the specifically designed part, but the way that medicine is distributed in this country, one could certainly make an argument, right?
Sure.
And so,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, substitute AIDS for crack, and then he's right.
yeah, that's another
Yeah.
great one. Yeah, exactly. And
But okay, can I talk about that? Because that was the wildest claim from the book.
what
Was the
That
AIDS
was
claim?
the one that I thought was just a little. That was a oof. I felt bad that he included that in the book because specifically the claim was that the WHO implanted AIDS in Africa as part of their push to eliminate smallpox worldwide. So those last smallpox vaccinations that got
Had
rid of
AIDS
that,
in 'em.
which is I just find it a little. I hope I don't know if he believes it, but like, damn, I watched a 6-part like fucking podcast series about like smallpox and like the fight against it, and I feel like that's one of the greatest achievements that
Well, brother,
modern science
don't
has
worry.
Are you
done.
questioning?
We're bringing it back.
Are you questioning the validity of the man who claims there's a second president?
There's a secret
I
president.
might be questioning it. I might be. I don't know.
There's another.
I will say
that's
he
what
does
I'll say.
make a very compelling. Like I like that he doesn't go straight up and say that Illuminati bad, we good. Like he kind of is pointing out. It's like, of course you would do this. Have you seen how mankind handles crises?
Yeah, yeah.
Like he's pointing. He talks about like Y2K being a coming issue, and he's like, we are headed towards our annihilation unless certain things can happen.
So
of course the people in charge have formed a secret cabal to try to guide us because we will probably destroy each other.
I do want to tell you a little bit more
If
about
they
Bill
don't.
Cooper because I think there is a part that is not so much talked about in this book, but is talked about in like biographies about him. His father was in the military also, and was a jet fighter or fought in World War II in a plane before there was an Air Force. So he was there at the beginning of that kind of procession of like aircraft and bombing specifically, and so Bill Cooper moved around a lot as a kid, army base to base all around the world, and supposedly, and this is in I think it's The Rider of the Pale Horse or something like that is the name of the biography, but supposedly he spent nights sleeping next to like nuclear silos, and spent nights where nuclear bombs were being kept, and you have to imagine like as an 8-year-old kid knowing that total obliteration is of the world is 5 feet from your doorstep is going to induce some level of paranoia, especially if your dad's a military guy from the fucking 50s, like earlier. Like there was no way to like talk to your dad about the shit you were feeling. So all this paranoia got pent up in his head, and I just think that like today, I don't know, like again, it's how we're also inundated by every headline's the most atrocious fucking thing you've ever heard, and you wonder why people are like shooting people on their doorstep, right? It's like, well, it's because we're fucking terrified, and like I think that's a way to understand Bill Cooper a bit better. But
yeah, it's cool.
yeah.
He
makes a lot of wild statements.
No, I like that it was nuanced because it was not. I don't know. Like I've heard people use the Illuminati as like an example of like a boogeyman that we all have, and so he was very clear in the book. His stance is like if you're a patriotic American, you need to make sure you are not in your house on any national holiday.
He does say that because that's
when they're going to take you.
Yeah, that's when they're going to
probably Thanksgiving.
What's the
if you think
connection
about it?
though? Why is a holiday?
So this was in some documentation he found.
Yeah.
Right, that there was some plan to nab all true patriots.
To nab all true patriots who would defend the Constitution.
Clearly a lie.
Okay.
It's clearly
So he's a self-proclaimed patriot.
Yeah,
oh,
he's
absolutely.
a patriot.
He's a real patriot.
He loves his country.
Yeah. Dude,
he loves democracy.
He died in a gunfight with cops. He's
No
an
way.
absolute patriot. Yeah, the Arizona.
That's the most famous thing about him.
The IRS
Oh,
was trying to
shit.
get him for tax
I
fraud.
didn't know
The
any
U.S.
of this.
Marshals went to his house with a couple Arizona
Holy
state troopers.
shit.
And he died in a gunfight. I think he shot 2 of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So this man is 100% a patriot.
He predicted his.
I'm
like,
glad I stole his book.
Yeah, exactly. Smart move. Smart move.
He predicted his exact death and then willingly got into a gunfight with the IRS.
Yeah. He said
Like,
they will
see?
not. He wrote down in a book, "They will not take me alive," and then he died in a gunfight. Who would have thought? He's a prophet, dude.
Evade taxes for years.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting the shootout with the IRS.
Bill Clinton is after me. That's what he was on.
Yeah, he does hate socialism. I remember him saying
Yeah,
that.
he does. He does hate socialism.
In the YouTube version, I don't know, in the Audible, there's like a post-interview, like someone asked him a few questions. And
Fuck, there's a YouTube version?
Yeah.
yeah.
God,
Dude, there's
fucking
almost
damn it.
always a
Dude,
YouTube.
if I
So
see a
bad
if
at
I see a
this.
book that's less than like 5 hours, I'm like gonna try to find it for free because
Yeah.
it's $15 for a credit. Like
Yeah,
I'm
it's
using that
almost
for a
ridiculous.
long book. I'm not
Yeah,
using that for
true.
I'm not using that for a 2-hour book.
Yeah.
But so what did you hear in the interview? What did he talk about?
Well, I remember him saying, like, the guy asked him, like, oh, do you think there's any better like country than America, to sum it up? And he's like, oh no, absolutely not. Like, as much shit I talk about America, like, this is the country, like, socialism's evil,
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Of course.
It's
Yeah.
always so
This is
funny to me
classic.
that these people who think that like the U.S. government is like embedded with like some of the
Reptilians.
worst
Yeah.
atrocities ever. It somehow maintains it is the best country.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
like
always
that.
got. That's what's got
Well,
me
the
about.
Constitution is the most beautiful document
Yeah.
ever written.
Yeah.
Except for in this version of the book that I have, he wrote a second Constitution. He wrote a new
he
Constitution
redrafted
in
it?
case there's a new world order takeover.
In case they get rid of the first one, he got it back up.
Yeah, he's got
That's
a
good.
backup in here that he likes better.
Does he think there's only one copy of the Constitution and that's what they use?
Yeah, I guess so. He thinks
they
there's a
take that
sacred
first
document.
one-
What does he say about suspending
Shit,
the
guys,
Constitution?
does anyone in the country, the
Oh,
president
so-
gets on the line, does anyone have a constitution?
So FEMA, this is what his argument was, that
Yeah.
FEMA has the right to suspend the Constitution at any time.
Is that true?
No.
I didn't look into it.
No. Well, it's also FEMA's an agency. They
I
don't
don't
have
know if he
any
directly
sort
said FEMA.
He did directly say FEMA,
I think
yeah.
the secret president in charge
Yeah.
of FEMA.
He was
has
specifically
power.
talking about how in like the 60s they used to have a code that said the United States presidents could suspend certain aspects of the Constitution during a time of war.
Yeah.
And then in the 60s, Nixon amended it to say during any emergency of significant
right.
degree.
Oh yeah. So the
And then he's
president,
making
not
the
FEMA.
point, he's saying like, hey,
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there's a
listen,
secret president.
this means
You're
that the
missing
president
it.
can just declare an emergency whenever he
That's-
fucking
that's
wants
losing
and
me.
suspend the Constitution. This is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, the dude made a lot of good points in the book. It just is also compounded by some
The fact that he's
probably
alive.
not true
The fact
facts.
that he's
So
alive
there
all the
isn't
time.
any clause where this is true where the president can suspend the Constitution.
No, so the president can under emergency powers.
That's
right?
true.
That is true.
Okay, yeah.
But-
so that's kind of scary.
Okay, that's fair
And
to
there's
say. that the
no, and then
executive
he
has that
says he
authority.
follows up and says there's no formal process for reinstating the
Yes,
Constitution
yes.
after he, whatever.
But again, this is also in the section of the book where he's like, and FEMA was designed to kill off the white race. Like he doesn't say the white race outright, but that's where it eventually pivots to. In the conspiracy mythos of America, FEMA death camps eventually spiraled into Great Replacement theory
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
No, I get that. That part's
Yeah.
crazy. Obviously,
He never says the quiet part out loud. Though.
No.
He's not.
He's
like
like
Well,
a-
I don't think
He's like
It's-
Alex
At
Jones
least
a
not in
little
that
bit.
book.
Yeah, true,
It's-
true.
Yeah.
Like Alex Jones, like 90%, maybe even 99% of what Alex Jones is batshit crazy, but he does sometimes do or say some shit that's like,
yeah,
oh, like
Yeah.
like when he first started and actually infiltrated
Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, anybody who's like out there can come upon something that is true, right? Like that's yeah. There are specks of gold
Yeah.
hidden in all this shit.
On the
But-
topic of Bohemian Grove, that was one of my favorite lines of the book. He's like, do you really think that George W.
Yes.
Bush would go into a coffin with the ribbon around his balls
Yeah.
and talk about every sexual exploit he'd ever had in front of his father? Do you think he did that just so he could frolic in the woods? No, like they have a serious purpose. But
Yeah.
he just threw it out there.
No, so it is all
Threw
true.
it
He
out
did this, but he didn't do it just for shits and
He didn't do it for
Do
fun.
it for
Yeah.
shits and giggles.
He did this so he could become president.
That was yeah. That's when he
Oh,
said
man.
the skull and bones.
yeah.
So that stuff
Um,
comes up in the book too. Is Skull and
Yeah.
Bones?
Yeah.
Well, he talks about a bunch
When was
of
this book
conspiracies.
written?
He basically
91?
1991, I think,
91, yeah.
or
Yeah.
92,
Yeah,
because
so-
I saw it earlier today when I,
I think
was
he was-
reading the.
I think he
one.
died in 97. No, he would have died in 2001 or something.
Oh,
or
yeah.
maybe a little bit later, honestly.
So the main
But-
conspiracy he was talking about was that there was going to be societal collapse in the year 2000 if people didn't do something to prevent it.
Yeah.
And so the Illuminati was planning on using AIDS, which they had infected Africa with in the 70s,
Yes.
to cause a massive decrease in population before the year 2000. And then they were going to release a cure.
Yeah.
But not to believe the cure. It had actually been there the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's just no.
Also,
That's just
the
known fact.
fostering increased support for homosexuality,
Yeah.
population control.
Yeah.
That was the idea.
Okay.
That just makes sense.
Hole in the ozone layer.
So
There
the
was,
aliens
there
could
was
get
a
in.
reason for that.
So the
There
aliens-
was a reason for it. I forget, but
Yeah, yeah.
they did that.
Was that the reason so aliens could get
I
in?
don't think so. I don't
Maybe.
think
Is that how he thinks the ozone works?
so.
Maybe.
They can't get through it. It's a big wall right there. It's the glass dome.
It's the glass dome. Yeah.
But no, yeah, like he was on the radio for like 2 decades or something like that. In I think on Coast to Coast, and I think he did radio before that. He had been a DJ for a very long time, and so he became this sort of like counterculture, zeitgeistian, like talking about the undercurrent of things, right? And so like the way that today everybody is so atomized. I like to think of like everyone has their own personal conspiracies and stuff.
Yeah.
Bill was just this guy who was talking about every conspiracy. And
Yeah.
was trying to tie it all into this grandiose sort of theatrical concept of
I do
New
get
World
that.
government and stuff.
Because
stuff
he
like
was
that.
talking, one of the passages was like, he's like, no,
Excuse
when
me.
I give my talks, there are these people that come up to me and they're like, oh, it's the Jews. That's the group that's doing it, obviously. Or, oh, it's the
Masons.
Masons.
Yeah, the Masons.
Freemasons.
Yeah.
Which is
Or the
also a
Knights Templar.
roundabout
And,
way of saying the Jews.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's all round.
It's almost
It's all roundabout ways of blaming the
90% of
Jews.
conspiracy theories are going to wind their way
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
around to
Yeah.
one
But he
specific group of
he
people.
was saying, look, guys, you're misguided. That's just one group. But
Yeah.
they're all the groups are part of the Illuminati. It's all sorts of different groups.
But don't get
So
me
he was
wrong, the
inclusive.
Jews.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean you're not involved.
So you said he doesn't go to that place.
He really, he, at least
At
as
least
far
not
as I can
blatantly.
recall,
It's
he
not-
doesn't.
yeah.
He strives to avoid.
No.
He tries to paint himself as sort of a like non-racial.
I mean,
sort
yeah,
of figure.
it seemed like he was
Yeah.
making a point to be like, guys, it's not
Yeah,
just.
it's not just.
He
Yeah,
does-
exactly.
he
Oh yes,
He
yeah,
died
yeah,
November
yeah.
5th, 2001.
Honestly,
2000 so he died like a month after 9/11.
2 months, yeah.
2 months after 9/11. Yeah, jeez.
Well, at least in
In a gunfight with an Arizona.
The day before my birthday, the day before I turned 3, this man was dead.
Dude, yeah, his soul went into the sky and went down into your body, dude, on your 3rd birthday.
If I could like go back and access a memory that I can't remember from my childhood, it would be that one. Like,
Yeah,
Mom,
exactly.
turn the TV on right now.
Bill Cooper dead. Yeah, this is my hero.
I mean, how like
That's a
popular was he? Like how well known was he?
So again, like it's hard to judge conspiracy theories and stuff like that, but I
Sure.
think like as far as undercurrents go, he was
Yeah.
pretty big in
Did
his
he
time.
invent the concept of the Illuminati? Like, was that
No.
around before?
No.
That's been around for a while.
It's been around
No,
since
no.
like the 17th century,
Yeah,
I want to
exactly.
say,
That's
because
what I was
there
thinking.
was an Illuminati
Yeah,
that was
there
like,
was an Enlightenment group.
yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
and then they kind of died off.
Gotcha,
But they became
gotcha.
this symbol of a secret sort of
Society.
hyper government.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so
I
real
think we gotta
quick.
start
So
that
yeah,
up.
let's hear it.
So this is from Wikipedia for the death section. It says, as Cooper moved away from the ufology community and towards the militia and anti-government subculture in the
Okay,
late
here we go.
1990s, he became convinced that he was being personally targeted by President Bill Clinton and the IRS.
Which he was. He was.
Kind of was.
Because he was
Because he was evading
He
taxes.
definitely
It's
was.
like they're after me. He hasn't paid his
He was
taxes.
committing tax fraud.
He was named a major fugitive by the United States Marshal Service. Oh my God, dude.
What a patriot.
I love this guy.
What a patriot. You know what they shoot
Let's
used to
read more
say
of
on the
his book.
Marshall Star, right, boys? Yeah.
Yeah, he makes Alex Jones kind of look like a huge pussy.
Exactly.
No, he really does.
Yeah, he does.
Alex
He
Jones,
does.
He called
He
Alex
guys
Jones a
today.
fake actor. He called
Oh,
him,
Crisis.
Yeah, he called him.
Yeah,
a
that's
fa-
funny.
called
He
him a
was
faker.
calling him a limited hangout.
Yeah,
He was-
exactly.
yeah.
Okay, wait. So what is a limited? What is a limited hangout?
Limited hangout is intentional misinformation.
Yes.
Oh.
To
Or
discredit actual information.
So Alex Jones, if Alex Jones does Bohemian Grove, he's also
Yes.
got to say it's the blacks or something
Yes.
like
Yeah,
Is
that.
this
right?
like-
It's a way to make every truth that comes out less credible.
Yeah.
Right?
I got you. So you just make the story as
would have to
ridiculous
take
as
one, right?
possible.
Yes,
Just
while
by
including
embellishing it, by-
bits and pieces of the
that are
truth.
definitely not true.
Yeah.
So that they'll disbelieve the whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
What's a good
That's
example
definitely a
of
real
that?
thing.
I think I think Pizzagate.
Yeah.
I think
Okay, yeah.
I think right, concurrent with all the QAnon Pizzagate
Epstein
stuff,
stuff.
right alongside Epstein.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and a lot of the purporters who are like, we gotta stop Epstein, are also like, we also gotta stop Hillary Clinton from eating
Babies' brains.
Eating babies' brains.
Yeah.
I think that's a
No, yeah.
Yeah.
fair
good
enough.
example of a
That
limited
happens a lot
Or
in
Cash
Russia,
Pat-
I'm
well, I
pretty
guess
sure.
Cash Patel's not a
Something
limited
that-
hangout. He's just a liar too.
Yeah.
But he was like, what did he say before Congress? Like just the other day, he's like, Jeffrey Epstein trafficked women for
nobody.
Nobody else
For
but
nobody,
himself.
yeah.
Nobody
I love
but.
that.
He had an elaborate global network just to bring young girls to his own door.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dude, there's a fucking
just
video
that into
I
it,
saw
dude.
the other day of Jeffrey
That was
Epstein,
just-
and the person, whoever the person interviewing him is, it's a famous video where he's like being interviewed.
Oh,
like,
Steve
Steve Bannon.
Yeah.
Steve
Is it
Bannon
Steve
interview?
Bannon?
I think so.
Okay, it could be. Yeah, 'cause
That's the one I know.
Yeah. The main part was he asks Jeffrey Epstein. He's like, "Oh, are you and President Trump friends or something like that?" And or maybe he says Donald Trump. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Jeffrey
Yeah.
Epstein says yes or something like that.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
know each other. Blah blah blah. And then the guy says, "Were you and Donald Trump ever in the presence of 14-year-old girls or whatever together?" And he pleads the fifth.
Yeah.
Oh, that was his court. I think that was a court.
the
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was that.
Oh,
It was
the
that one.
deposition.
His
Deposition,
earliest,
yeah.
like one of his
Yeah.
first ones, because he got
Oh, yeah.
caught in the
I saw that
90s.
video.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's going around, and I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah. And
You
he's
ain't,
gonna-
you ain't pleading the fifth unless you want to say.
Well,
No,
it's-
bro, he wanted to take a nap.
I do
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
that
People have
the
short
fifth
memories.
the fifth is a sacred right. I do believe that you.
No, I didn't.
You know,
I didn't say
but
shouldn't
I
have
do
it.
agree that he's probably not saying it
Right.
because it would be damned.
I think that's
Yeah.
the likely thing about
But
it.
since we're on the subject, I really would love to twist the conversation just a little bit. Bill Cooper was, I think he was in New Mexico, but I want to talk about Arizona and Jeffrey Epstein for a little bit.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
This is one of Jacob's premier subject matters. Is it Arizona?
Las
if I'm
Vegas?
Bill
It
Cooper
is-
was Arizona
it's
too.
New Mexico. It is
Oh,
New
it's New
Mexico.
Mexico, too.
It's,
Okay.
Bill
it's-
Cooper was Arizona.
Roswell.
Bill Clinton, Bill Cooper was Arizona. Jeffrey Epstein was New Mexico.
It
So,
was what was the ranch?
in
It was
19 in the
Zorro
1990s
Ranch.
Zorro Ranch.
Zorro
Zorro
Ranch.
Ranch?
Yes.
In 1990, Jeffrey Epstein gets accused and found guilty and gets put on the sex offender registry.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
In every state in this great and glorious union, except for one. He is not and was not put on the sex offender registry in the state of Arizona or New Mexico.
In Mexico.
New Mexico.
In New Mexico,
Oh.
where he owned a ranch, and I think Jacob should take it from here because I do not. The
Interesting.
details are insane.
Yeah, they are. I have this written down, believe it or not, because I'm that fascinated by it. So I'll
Well,
go.
I'm curious. Is there a reason why not New Mexico?
Well,
He
why don't
probably
you ask
knew.
us
He probably
the
knew
governor?
somebody, but there's
Yeah.
also a ton of connections to New Mexico in general. That
Okay.
like I don't have a thesis, but I have
Yeah.
bits and pieces that could contribute to something.
It says
Okay.
the ranch is surrounded by land owned by the governor of New Mexico.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay, so that's where this all goes basically. So Zorro Ranch, it was like valued at something like it was in like tens of millions. Of
Yeah, it was
dollars.
a lot.
It had I was an hour away from Santa Fe. And it was next to like old movie sets, so it was nicknamed Zorro Ranch. I don't think that was the official name on like some kind of
Zorro was
registry.
filmed there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Antonio Banderas,
Sure,
Anthony
sure.
Hopkins.
You went to Santa Fe personally?
No.
I did investigate.
Dude, I was like, damn, this is deep.
But
Jacob
got a
on the
plane
seat.
ticket.
so anyone that knows about Epstein's like private life, like he surrounded himself with like a lot of scientists, like at MIT. He was obsessed.
Scientists?
He,
Stephen
he was
Hawking?
obsessed with
Bill
like
Gates?
artificial
Well,
intelligence
not
and
scientists,
transhumanism.
Really? That was
And
Epstein's
he like
obsession?
used a lot of his money to invest in like
Eugenics,
tech
yeah.
projects.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
That's
eugenics.
great.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he wanted to inseminate people, little girls, with his
Jesus Christ.
with his DNA and seed the future world.
Yeah.
This
I-
is
I
also
feel
part
like-
of a plan to freeze his head and his penis.
You got to give credit to Hitler in this case because he's the one person I've ever seen. I'm going to segue. Because he's a guy. Because every time I've ever seen someone else bring up like eugenics or superior genes, they're always talking about themselves in the end. It
Yeah.
always ends up being they're the
Hitler
one.
never had a kid. He
You know?
iced himself.
Hitler at least was to say he was like, I'm not perfect. I'm not
God's
the guy.
only
I'm
honest
not the guy.
eugenicist.
Every other eugenicist is like, I'm the guy.
But yeah, so
That's
like,
Epstein.
yeah, no, you're right, because it is this self-possession. I think with a lot of these sort of manipulative, like
Oh
narcissistic
yeah.
personalities.
No, he was completely narcissistic.
And so like it's like
Yeah.
I have to preserve my DNA,
But
and my
also-
head and my balls.
also
In
stupid
ice.
because cryogenics is consumer fraud. There's no evidence that you
That it
can
works.
freeze your head.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch
Except
of
for Walt Disney.
it's just a bunch of people telling
The Epcot
telling
building.
wealthy people to invest their money so they can
Right.
freeze their bodies and live forever.
Exactly.
And it'll
guess,
never
like,
happen.
From their perspective, it's like, why the fuck not? Like, if you have the money to burn, and you're going to be dead anyways, regardless.
Why
You
not
know?
take the chance?
What are you going to do? Give it to poor people?
Yeah, true, exactly. What, help the humanity?
Yeah.
analogy? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but so
Cure smallpox?
So this farm, this ranch, it had like an organic fruit farm on it. It had a pool, a cabana. It was like a luxury hotel, and all of the windows had bars on them. And
what a luxury
he
hotel.
he used the idea with this ranch was that he was going to inseminate 20 girls a day.
Jesus
and,
Christ.
And in order to seed the future of the Epsteinian
Okay.
race.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this are we at the point of conjecture here, or is this like a known thing?
This was
like,
this is like his people that like knew him very well have talked
Yeah,
about
yeah.
this.
This is shit. Okay.
He went
so
to
this is like allocated by people very close to
yeah,
him.
he went to
did this.
conferences and he met with
Yeah.
collegiate professors. But so Zorro Ranch, like some of the weird shit that's basically like why Zorro Ranch exists.
Yeah.
But it's very weird because it's like it doesn't look like any house in New Mexico. And there was, I think before he died, they found evidence that he had taken out permits to build an airstrip on it.
Just to ship them.
And you had to like obviously like talk to the government if you're going to do that, and people were like, "Why are you doing that?" And he's like, "Don't worry about it." But so some segue. A few miles away is Roswell, New Mexico.
Okay.
Okay, is Roswell.
Okay.
It's so is Aztec, New Mexico, which is a little lesser known, but it's a very similar situation. There was a crash. Supposed crash, evidence, testimony. People were told to be quiet.
It's also not far from White Sands, which is where the Trinity test took place.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
And the Trinity, the Trinity test.
yeah.
Okay, the Trinity test is wild. It's wild.
Well, that's true. That is wild.
So,
yeah, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Well,
now you're
Is
seeing
there
how
is there
fucked up
extra
your
shit
notes
about the
are?
Trinity?
Yeah,
You see
yeah.
how fucked up your notes are?
I am.
Wait, are these notes?
Okay, no, I got it.
Where are these notes from?
So
These
done
I'm a detective, bro.
Okay.
I'm a detective, all right?
They're just your notes. Okay. Shit.
Yeah.
So Zorro Ranch, it's more than 100 miles away from Los Alamos, which is where the Manhattan Project happened.
Okay.
It's a Trinity site. So Ghislaine Maxwell,
Yeah.
Epstein's girlfriend / pimp, her father Robert Maxwell,
Okay.
during the Reagan era, on behalf of Mossad, bribed Texan Republican John Tower. He bribed him with $200,000 to advise him.
Yeah.
And he promised that if he paid him, the doors would be open. So he used this connection to get into Los Alamos and sell them Promise, Promis. It's I forget what it stands for, but it was developed by this company called Inslaw. It was a case management software. It was basically the predecessor to Prism.
Yeah.
Which
You-
was like
you
a
know
mass
it
surveillance
as-
database.
You know it as Snowden stuff.
Snowden
Prism
eventually
was
blew the
that.
gate
Yeah,
open on this.
Yeah. Okay.
Prism was
and-
them
and it is-
attacking all our phones.
He sold this software with a secret back door that allowed you to see stuff, certain footage. This is all very true, 100% accurate.
Damn.
You can trust me because I said it.
It's on the internet. Go
I
look
believe
up.
it. No, yeah. This
But I think the weird thing is just like not that I can't prove that somehow Epstein was aware of aliens, but the fact that there's something weird going on in New Mexico, man. Because there's also
what's the connection? How do you think this ties in?
I don't know how to tie them together. I don't know how
to
to.
the aliens?
There was a solar observatory in New Mexico that like this was from the Guardian. I think it was in the Guardian or it might have been.
Okay, so what if the
PBS article.
Roswell crashes was Epstein going back in time?
There we go.
To
I like the way his
1952.
frozen head fails to pilot the craft.
Yeah. Yeah.
This says, according to the New York Times, Epstein planned to seed the human race with his DNA by
Yes,
impregnating women.
that's
as
the article I
New
got all this
Mexicans.
from. That's the article I got all this
he's
from.
See,
it's
what
from
is
the
that? Like,
disgusting
seed
New
the
York
human
Times.
race.
No,
Okay,
so
He wanted to proliferate humans with his DNA.
Yeah,
He
right.
wanted to be like the master race.
Adam and Eve or some
Yeah,
shit,
you
right?
know?
Jesus.
All future humans have some Epstein in them.
exactly Genghis Khan type shit. Yeah, but
I know this is like I already knew most of the shit about him, but I never knew about all this about the character of Jeffrey Epstein. But I don't know. It kind of makes sense that he did kill himself. Like given all the shit. Like when you just hear about how shitty he was as a person. Yeah.
he's like, yeah, I'm going to hell.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy that
let's ride it.
There's
He was
footage
so
of it. The
stupid.
cameras broke,
He's so
but like there
stupid.
would have been footage of it if they were working when he killed himself.
Yeah,
so
I
he
know.
did kill himself. Like,
I mean,
it's-
yeah.
Okay, so I'm
There's a rope. Like, you know?
I'm of a few
There's
different
room
minds.
before, but I will say up until I saw that footage released,
yeah.
I was firmly on board of no, I don't think he killed himself because it was insane. The
But wait,
level of
what do you mean
coincidence.
footage? There's no footage.
no,
They
so there's
released footage that had been missing for the past like 4 years.
Oh, did they really?
Like 6
Yes,
months ago.
but people have said
Yeah.
certain people, it's like edited.
The gap has shrunk
Yeah.
because I think there's a 1 minute gap in the footage that
Yeah.
is not explained,
Well, didn't
and
the-
then there's the fact that it was edited.
the
Yeah.
metadata
Like, the metadata
was
shows that it
released
was-
as a part of.
That
It
sucks.
was multiple videos that
Yeah.
had been strung
It's a
together.
bit sus to me.
I know it is.
But-
it is, and it's not like they can't.
Guys,
do fake
hot
shit.
take. I don't think Epstein killed himself. I think something.
Conspiracy time.
Well, it's like no. So I'm of,
Shut the fuck.
I'm of two minds, right? Like I can 100% conceive of a man who's just so debauched he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to fucking spend the rest of my life in a cell.
Or guilty
After I
or
was-
remorseful
After I was, something
Like-
he sees God and he's
Well,
like,
that-
oh, I
yeah.
maybe should fucking.
My other
Okay.
very reasonable thought is even if he did kill himself, like it could be a like Erwin Rommel situation. You hear about that?
Just out of an honor killing?
Yeah,
There was an
right.
honor
Yeah.
so-
Yes, it was.
Rommel
Yeah.
was he was not part of exactly, but he sort of like talked to some guys who were doing Operation Phoenix,
Valkyrie.
which was the Valkyrie. Fuck yeah, it was gonna take out Hitler,
Yeah.
Yes.
and they found his name on lists.
Right.
And he's like, I didn't really assist in this, but he didn't tell anyone about it either. And so they're
Yeah.
like, listen, man, there are two options. We can either capture you and execute you publicly, along with your whole family,
Yeah.
or you can take yourself out of the picture right now,
Yeah.
and we're gonna build a statue in your honor.
Yeah.
It was like a
So
Ned
I-
Stark thing.
Yeah.
I'd rather save like my family kind of thing.
Yeah.
And to Jeffrey Epstein, I'd rather save all of my seed. I'd rather not have all those poor
All
Ukrainian
the
girls
seed.
executed on my account.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he cared about it. Like, I mean,
I think
I don't know.
he might have had levers that you could pull, maybe. I don't know.
But his levers were probably debauched. Is my
Probably
thing, right?
debauched, yeah.
He probably wanted to make sure that the Ukrainian girls that he had seeded survived, right? But no, I do still think there was some involvement, like at some level. Like I'm still on the camp where he didn't kill himself, but
I also, I guess it doesn't really matter too much.
that he was this
With
and
the
he
shit
was
that came out.
disconnected. That's the real fucking fact, right?
Yeah, regardless of whether or not he killed himself, it's no question that there are high people in government involved in this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, of
at this
course.
point, it's just...
Namely the president.
That's not a... that's insane, dude.
No,
Yeah.
I think the most
This is
interesting.
insane.
I think
people ever question
maybe
that.
all previous presidents.
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
Quite possible.
I think the
Obama?
most.
I think Jimmy Carter.
Oh,
was
maybe
cool.
not Obama.
I think Jimmy Carter was a cool guy.
Oh,
Jimmy
he's
the bean farmer?
Everyone
I
except
guess I
Jimmy
meant
Carter.
Never
alive
fucking
still.
trust a bean farmer.
Jimmy Carter's the only one Noam Chomsky doesn't think is evil. So
Oh.
you know.
Wait, what? Jimmy Carter doesn't think.
No, Noam Chomsky was like, you could basically every president after World War II could be convicted.
Oh,
of
sure,
war
sure,
crimes,
sure, yeah.
Under war crimes with the Hague, and he's like the only one that you could maybe get off is Jimmy Carter.
Oh, yeah.
The only one who could kind of get away because he was only president for 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he
Yeah.
didn't- It was Grenada was like you could maybe get him. I think it was
could.
Grenada.
Yeah.
Or no, that would have been.
No, the Israeli hostage crisis.
Yeah,
but that was right at
But
the
he
end.
didn't...
That was. That's
that's
just what
just-
fucked
No,
him
but I-
over.
And that
Yeah,
wasn't like
For a second
something where
term.
he would be indicted, I don't think.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he didn't do anything about
He
it.
was publicly indicted
Yeah,
as like
people hated him for that.
mishandling.
That's why he
it.
lost the
Yeah,
election.
yeah.
Which is wild. They didn't release the hostages until
Well,
literally the
'cause
moment the
you
next
want to
guy
talk
got
about
in
the
office,
best
they released
troll,
them.
like the best troll
just
move of
trolled
all
us that
time
way.
in the whole of human history? It's fucking Ayatollah Khomeini going, "Let all the black hostages go."
Really?
That is one of the fucking funniest things I have ever heard.
Ayatollah.
Was that a thing?
Yes, he let all the black hostages go,
Holy
and then
fuck.
then they were like, "We're gonna keep all the white people."
That's fucking brilliant.
It
He
is
was
one of
woke,
the
dude. He was ahead of
funniest-
his time.
It was one of the
Yeah, yeah,
funniest
yeah.
things I've ever heard.
They've suffered enough.
Obviously, it's not funny. People died, But
No.
in retrospect, it is kind of hilarious that he was like,
I just think that's a good big brain play. That's a good way to troll the U.S.
exactly.
I love it.
It's like,
Yeah,
fuck you
that's
guys.
fucking
yeah.
brilliant.
But yeah, no. So
Makes you look
there's
good.
all these fucking bizarre connections with these conspiracies, and everybody today, like, we are all Charlie Kirk. We are all just master debaters.
We're just
getting
all
shot in
yeah,
the throat
yeah.
in public on the town square.
Bro, it's so weird. I'm not like fully pilled on
Right, we're going back
all
to
of
this.
this,
Let's go.
but it is so fucking weird how many people are just like so invested in commemorating him.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
I really
now it's-
didn't. I wasn't
feel
aware
like it's-
that many people were like
Gave a shit.
not only knew
Yeah.
who he
Yeah.
was, but gave a shit about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I tell you my reaction to this? Because I guess
Yeah.
I talked about it a lot last week.
Yeah, we did get into
which,
a bit.
which will come out very timely about 3 weeks later when
Yeah.
everyone's had a month's worth of takes on
Yeah.
it. But like, I felt very strongly about it for some reason. I wasn't really. Charlie's a piece of shit, and I never
Liked him
at all. But I guess there was this bubble that I had around political commentators and streamers
Yeah.
that I'd grown up with, where it's like they talk about all this shit. They talk shit all the time, but like Hassan, Vosh,
Yeah.
even like H3, people like that.
Yeah.
It's like it was weird to. It felt like a personal bubble. had
Yeah,
been
no,
breached
it's
when one of them
closer
got
to
shot.
us than a president
It's
getting
so
killed.
fucked up to say that
Yeah.
though, because it's like the Evergreen shooting happened
Yeah.
an hour
No, of
later, and I was
course.
like, oh,
Of
yeah,
course.
Yeah, there
okay.
was that.
But you don't
Two high
see
school students. Oh, yeah.
you don't see the high school students on TV every day.
No, you don't know who they are.
That's
Well, there was also like I'm gonna use a disgusting word, but there's a supposed lynch, or people are theorizing there was a lynching at a
Oh,
Texas.
there was
saw
there
that.
was a lynching.
Well, the cops have come out and called it a suicide, but his family are claiming that that's not likely.
Oh Jesus.
So like,
Who was what?
a black guy was found on his campus quad, hanging from a tree, and he was dead. And the police have said there's no evidence of foul play, and it was probably a suicide, but his family is claiming otherwise. Which it's college.
college-
People go
college
through bad
campus?
shit. It was I forget what. I think it was like it was in Texas or in the South.
Dude, colleges are fucked up. I'm so glad we graduated.
yeah,
when
we did. We got out of the way.
We got out.
I got a semester to go. I'm
You had a
almost
semester to go?
I'm almost done.
Fuck,
No,
dude.
hopefully nothing terrible happens.
Yeah, it's
Hopefully-
gonna be the graduation day. Someone's gonna walk in with
Right
an
now
AR.
it's incredibly dystopian because
Yeah.
I'm a CMD, I'm a communications major, and
Yeah.
You're the AI guy.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
all of our classes are integrating AI.
Oh god.
Like, well, not all of them, but there's this
Yeah.
one guy. If he's listening, you're great. I love you.
Please give me on.
He's like obsessed with like implementing AI into like the workflow, and so his whole class is like, it's not an AI class, it's a class on information and society. It's like the history of communications, but he's augmenting it with AI.
Yeah.
And I'm in another class. It's a senior practicum, so we are like taking on like a fake client, and he's our client, so we're making stuff for his AI.
Oh, yeah.
It's called the AI Exploration Lab. It's like his
Okay.
his mission statement is this program called AI for All. He's trying to implement AI into like the workplace and school and like make it
Right.
accessible.
Yeah,
It's
make it
basically
easy.
like
Make it
AI literacy
God,
is
I
the stated goal.
It's great that people are using that because it's useful.
I'm getting more and more Butlerian about all this.
But
I am
I
too.
do think so.
I
yeah.
am too.
I think if
I
there's
think-
one
I think-
place AI should be, not necessarily shouldn't be used, but like
it's an education. It's the part where you do the thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, my biggest thing.
No,
he's
that's not gonna work.
he's
too
definitely
easy for it to take the thinking
Unless
away.
we do the
He-
jihad.
he-
Unless we do the sacred Butlerian
bomb a
jihad.
data center
Exactly.
in Texas. Give the family of 5 their clean water back.
Yeah.
You say that as a joke. I do think that will happen.
That will have, of course, it will.
Data
happen.
centers will get bombed in the
Yes.
next couple of
Like,
years.
I
We're gonna
can't
see-
stop thinking
yeah.
about this line by Frank Herbert in Dune, where it's like giving. In using technology, all you're doing is conceding the power to those who own that technology.
Yeah, that is
Right,
my
like,
biggest issue with AI.
It's the whole thing with
currently
Grok,
owned by.
where it was like white genocide's happening for a little
Completely
right. Like,
self-
Grok Grok was like on a Elon kick for a
One of the
little
most
while.
accessible chatbots available. It's
Yeah.
not even a chatbot; it's more advanced than that. But
And that's why I use Claude. Anthropic's the least
Oh, Jake's guy.
bloodthirsty
Jake's
of
fucking-
all the
Jake-
he
AI
likes Claude.
companies.
He told my professor told me Claude is
Anthropic.
Claude is
Sponsorship
beautiful. He said the words beautiful. He said its
Claude
language is beautiful.
is beautiful.
And I said, have
It
you
is.
ever read a book? Have you ever?
Sir.
He said Claude has read a
The
book.
way he talks
Claude
about
has
AI
read millions of
sometimes,
books.
the way he talks about AI sometimes, it's like the first. It's like the first interaction with any media he's ever had.
I feel like it sounds like he
That's how
has
it
not
It's
been.
like watching Pulp Fiction for the first time.
How long has
This
he
is
been
an incredible
using AI
movie.
Get off
for?
Fox,
to credit this guy, he was in grad school at the peak of like the internet, and he was like one of those like utopian internet, like this is going to change the world.
Okay, yes.
Arab Spring
Okay, so
kinda
he's an
guy.
idealist
Yeah,
right now.
and then
He's dead set on making
He
it
was-
useful for society.
he's right now. Well, AIX is working with
Loaded question.
people in Nigeria and Ghana to help them produce cleaner food. So he is actually kind of trying to
Why
do
is
something.
it that every time a new fucking technology comes out, we find out how it can allow people in Africa to have like food?
Well, because it gives
Like,
us.
we
It's
could
not
have
the
done that.
solution.
Like,
Like,
we
we can't fucking pay for it.
Like we can't fucking do
Jesus
that.
Christ.
Like we don't throw out half the shit we
AI.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
Well, you just build data centers and just deplete all of their water.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't throw out anything. I always.
No, we
eat my
didn't think
food.
about the fact that the crops needed water.
Hell yeah.
No, yeah, there's so much.
The thing with AI is that he's honestly pushed me. No, I'm not pro AI. He's pushed me to understand
pro
where
AI.
he's pushed me to understand where he's coming from. My biggest complaints with the way
Clankers.
he implements AI is that I don't see.
I need to watch more J-Reg. I'm sorry.
He
to
hasn't
interrupt.
proven to me that AI can do anything that other stuff can.
Yeah.
Right now, like the way we're using it, he's using it to synthesize a textbook we're reading.
Yeah.
With the stuff we're learning in class, and I'm like, I could find like probably 3 articles online
Yeah.
that do the same exact thing.
Yeah.
And it's cool. I guess AI is the new way to do that, but
Yes.
also
that is the
it's-
one use case that I found is more useful is that it's superior to Googling if you're trying to find. So like I've been.
I don't know about that though.
Yeah, it is because I've been so specifically right now. I've been trying to implement some. I've been trying to fucking get myself to do some projects with AI so I can have a portfolio so that I can sell myself to a
Well,
corporation.
you got to do that now.
And in order to do that, I've been looking up research papers for various topics. But it's like I wanted to look up all research papers that had to do with a science fair project I did when I was in high school. You remember this? Where I asked a bunch of students to pick random numbers, and I was testing humans' ability to generate random numbers.
Yeah.
And so I thought it would be cool to do a study where I test LLMs, which are designed to replicate human behavior, to see if they can be effective pseudo-random number generators or if they suffer the same biases that humans do. Turns out there's 4 papers out already that did exactly that. But it was incredibly useful to give like a nuanced search criteria to the AI and be like, hey, find this online. It could turn maybe an hour and a half of digging through useless information into half an hour of reading the information that is useful to you.
Yeah. Okay, sure, but
You know?
I guess I'm always. I hate that I'm going to quote the newsroom on this, but like, I am a little bit of like an encyclopedist in that regard, where I'm like, part of the genuine beauty of
Yeah.
knowledge is the struggle to gain it.
Yes. You
And-
haven't read
and-
a single book for this podcast.
That's not true. I did read
You
it.
did read Terry Pratchett.
I did read
Shit,
it.
okay,
No, not
okay.
Terry Pratchett.
No.
I read.
The Wind Through the Keyhole.
The Wind,
No, that was also an audible book. That was also an audible.
Siddhartha? Did you read
Yes,
that?
I read
You read
Siddhartha.
the physical
yes.
copy.
I read
yeah.
an actual copy of
8
Siddhartha.
years ago.
Yeah. No, I reread it. I did
Okay.
reread it.
Oh, okay. You
Yeah.
read it again.
Yes. But so, like, I do genuinely believe that, like, if you think that, like, human beings and knowledge, like, and the pursuit of knowledge is this important fucking thing, then I think, yes, sometimes you gotta skip steps. Sometimes we gotta get to the solution a hell of a lot quicker, and I get that. But we are cutting out a part of, like, if you don't learn how to do it,
Yeah.
you know?
yes.
Like
I mean,
we
you-
talked about
You can still
in
learn how to
range.
do it.
But you don't need to. And if you don't need to, water rolls down the easiest path, right? Like, people are going to
Yeah, but
towards-
that's not new with AI.
No. I'm not saying it is. It's been a
It's
thing
the
since
danger
Google.
with all technology.
It's been a thing since
that
before Google.
outsources
Well, sure,
thought.
but
You-
it's getting progressively easier, right?
And that's the,
Well, yeah,
the
that's
thing
the
with
idea.
AI is it's
I guess
like it
that's
can,
the fault I'm finding in
Yeah.
progress.
it can do so much.
Oh.
Before AI, obviously students
So you're a socialist,
cheated.
huh? No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Students have always cheated.
Sometimes.
But
Bill Cooper would be pissed.
that
He would.
and that was
Kill me.
with like
like a real patriot.
teachers. That was like with teachers showing you, here's the book you have to read. Here's how we're going to synthesize it through like a group project or something at the end of the week. And the ideal outcome is that you learn something, right?
Yeah.
And AI is like, my problem is that like I can go into ChatGPT or whatever and like say, upload a PDF of the textbook I'm reading and say summarize this or give me the answers to this test.
Yeah.
And my professor, it's a noble cause, this initiative, because it's okay. If kids are going to use AI, we're going to teach them how to use it right. which is noble. Like I said,
Yeah.
But I'm just saying he's trying to implement this like workflow of like you can take certain chats from ChatGPT and upload them to Gemini and then cross-reference with Claude. And I'm like, people are not going to do that. People are going to now all you're permitting them is to just keep using AI.
Yes.
And they'll just say they did all that work.
Yeah.
But you're trying to make people use a tool that can do something so much more efficiently.
Yeah.
And you're working backwards. You're complicating it. And I don't see. That's a good thing if they could do that, but they're not going to, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think most people also are not going to be using AI to 10x or 100x their productivity or fucking output. Like they're just doing it so that they don't have to do any work themselves.
Yes.
That's what you're going to use it. You're going to use the same amount of work you always did.
You know what I've done with this AI class?
Work.
I've been able to tend to books that I want to read because my professor's saying, hey, use this AI for the homework, so I do, and it takes me 10 minutes, and then I can go and read Blood Meridian, which is a book I'm reading on my own. It's like, I guess it's affording me more leisure, I guess. If we're going to admit that school is I don't want school to just be bullshit and, just to get a degree, but if we're going to play that game, at least we're being honest about it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like the one silver lining I can find.
I don't know, man. Yeah.
When I was teaching a stats class last semester, the homework is like, you can't help that kids take it home, they do it, right? They use ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I didn't waste too much of my time figuring out if they did, even though sometimes it was blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
Be like, okay, well, I actually have no evidence, so I'm not even going to take this any further. The test is on paper with a pen or pencil, and it's at the desk. If you don't do well on it, but you're getting hundreds on your homework, doesn't take me too long to see that you're doing the AI, and then maybe there's this moment, you would hope, maybe not, probably not, but the moment where like, hey, you still have to know things, and you still have to learn these things, that AI is just a tool that can assist with you, because at the end of the day, you could be a coder, or you could you could be like, want to make some website and not know anything about code, and ChatGPT could spit out this thing, right? And it could work or it could not work, but at the end of the day, you don't actually know what's going on with your project, and that is going to bring in faults down the line that you can't even think of, in my opinion.
Don't take his.
Well, I don't want to.
Am I going to drink all of those, bro? They're non-alcoholic. I'm not going to drink all those. I think, to be fair, I don't blame students for using AI, because they're being told from every angle that it's going to replace them anyway. They're not going to be able to get jobs anyway with their degrees, because AI is just going to do it for them. I don't blame people for doing it.
Which makes me, I'm interested as to why there's not, I mean, maybe this is just people are people, but it's like, if I was in this position as a college student, I might take a drastic step and get the fuck out and stop. Because the amount of money you're currently paying to buy into that is very significant.
I've already paid for this semester, so I have to graduate. But it's also a stubbornness thing. Like I've dropped out and gone back. Something that it's like
I
think it's like
I do value.
People don't leave their homes and their villages because that's where they live. They're not just going to leave. And so it's like you go to college. It's what you do. It's our culture.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They're not just going to stop.
Absolutely. I do value knowledge, and I think a lot of people do. I think even some of the people using AI to cheat value knowledge, but it's.
And, I mean, college has more than just the knowledge aspect of it, too.
Of course,
I mean, some of the people, I know, like, several people I would have known that are pretty successful now that I could always be like, hey, could you kind of help me out or something like that? Or, that's a selfish way to think about it, but just the connection to it.
It's networking.
It's like, exactly. Yeah. There you go.
How do you think Jeffrey Epstein stayed up?
If I knew a guy in New Mexico that could get me off the registry,
exactly.
I would make an inseminating farm there.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
A compound.
Well, it was based on the SS farms, where they had stables and they bred Aryan women. Yeah. Actually, the members of ABBA are the children.
Christ.
Yes, I did.
The members of ABBA are the children of Nazi SS farm.
Yeah. So maybe they had it right.
That's my thing. It's an incredible disco group. That's the thing. It might be the best disco group of all time.
Holy shit.
This is Waterloo.
The Nazis are right, but they can only produce really talented musicians. Like that's the whole.
Yeah, it's just.
They were wrong about the Jews. They were wrong. The only thing they figured out is that you could make really talented musicians.
Yeah, exactly.
I can name 20 bands better than ABBA right now. Nazis aren't that great. I could probably name 100 bands better than ABBA.
Yeah, I know. They didn't hedge their bets very well.
They're not amazing.
Just a disco.
Just disco.
For whatever
True,
reason,
in the genre of
just
disco.
for the 70s.
All lyrics are really talented disco groups. Yeah, that's hilarious.
True, I can't name any better bands than disco.
Yeah.
I could try. I don't know. Everything's listed as alternative now.
Dude. Yeah, no, fucking, what?
Mama
Breakfast
Mia,
in America. Who is that?
That's
Supertramp.
Supertramp.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
No.
No,
No,
Breakfast in
I
America.
was
It's
just thinking about something.
Ah,
the
okay.
album, I think. Is it a song
Yeah,
as well?
Breakfast in America is
Yeah.
one of my favorite
Supertramp,
albums, but the song is
Philosophy song.
Goodbye Stranger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Good
The
Bye
Goodbye
second
Stranger.
one.
That's a good
I like philosophy, but every time I drive out of Boulder, I play Goodbye Stranger.
It's a good. It's
Which
a good song.
I don't know if I'll ever do that again,
Yeah,
but
who knows? World's a
Yeah.
flat circle, dude. You're gonna end up back where you started.
I have a storage locker that I am currently paying $50 a month with all my shit in Denver.
You should maybe figure that out.
No,
You should
dude, it's a cost I'm willing to pay. It's a tie. It ties me to the land.
I guess. All right.
Financially ties.
I
you
do.
down.
Okay, so actually, I do want to talk about one more conspiracy.
I
at
bought
least.
a banjo.
I want to talk about Denver International.
Oh, I can
Yeah,
see
yeah.
it. Talk about conspiracy theories all night.
I
Go
wanna
for
talk
it.
about
Go
Denver
for it.
International.
Let's go for it.
I love
Oh, the horse or the
Lucifer.
yeah, Lucifer.
Have you seen? You've
Yes,
been to
I
the
drive
airport. I
past it
figured.
all
I
the
figured.
time.
Yeah.
I've been there as well.
Yeah,
Oh, so we've all seen it.
We
We've
saw
all-
we saw it at night.
If you go by
Its eyes
Golden,
glow. That's terrifying.
And it's
Yeah.
fucking huge.
it is
Yeah,
massive.
they glow red.
It's
It
way
is
bigger than it needs to
exactly.
be. Wait, I was expecting like horse-sized, but it's
huge.
It's
And apparently, since the conspiracy kind of got popular on the internet, they might have changed the murals inside the airport. Because the murals, I don't know if you've seen the images of the original murals in there, but it's literally like dudes wearing Nazi uniforms and gas masks dancing with children. It's the most bizarre
Well,
painting.
dude, I was trying to tell you this.
No, I think
was
when I
trying to
went
tell you
through, it was
that
like coal miners
the
and horses.
Air,
It was
the
not-
bird's eye view of
Oh, yeah.
Denver looks like a swastika.
It's Denver.
I
International
told you
looks like
that once, and
swastika.
then you were like, "Oh, it's just the directions."
Well, okay.
I'm like, "Well,
I
let's
wasn't-
look at some other airports that
I
also
wasn't
have
trying to
directions."
disqualify it. I was saying like I could see an argument.
Oh,
right?
okay,
I was
gotcha.
like I could see an argument where you're
All right,
like,
fair enough.
you need to go north,
Well-
south, east, or west at some point, right?
In my head, I see myself just be like, "No, Joe, you're wrong."
No,
Start crying.
I'm not trying to discredit because it is
No,
wild.
you could be right though.
And I do. When we were out there, Jake got a tattoo and Spencer got a tattoo.
Oh, damn.
And we were talking to the tattoo artist lady.
Oh, yeah.
And she said she knew a guy who worked on the construction
Worked
of that
there,
place.
yes.
And he said he saw army trucks come in with like what
Yeah,
he
with, like,
thought were
crates and shit,
like
right?
crates of munitions and
Yeah.
stuff.
So the conclusion that she had made was that they stored military surplus there, and there is
I think they do.
historically a marriage of like Nazi memorabilia in the American military. So it would make sense, if
All the
they
Nazi shit.
they paid homage.
Yeah, fucking Werner,
Yeah.
dude. Werner Don Vaughn.
So-
Whatever his name is.
Werner Don Juan.
Werner von Braun,
Yeah, there we
Yes.
I
go.
think. maybe?
That was
No,
him.
but yeah, like and,
No, I
and,
believe that.
and
They
also
used to
this is
store
my
munitions.
big galaxy
Yeah.
brain conspiracy take. So, America.
Denver Airport's most recently searched for me right now.
America is a modern Rome, right? What happened with Rome?
Coincidence?
Coincidence? I think
I
not.
think not. I don't know. It could be.
It's not very
Let me see.
swastika
It's
shaped.
You don't think
little-
so?
It's a little
let me
swastika
see.
shaped.
All right, fair enough.
It's a
I
little-
think when
It's
I
not
saw that,
swastika shaped enough. for me to be like-
They need more runways.
Yeah, exactly. They need a little
Yeah.
corners coming.
They need
out.
two more.
Well, this is Snap Maps, so I don't
I
know.
know,
Like, I
true,
just
true.
I just remember flying in. I
And
didn't
you're
even
like,
see it
wow.
on Snap Maps. I saw it on you know on the back of the seats. They'll have that like
Yeah.
whatever you call it. And I remember
Yeah.
seeing that. I'm like, dude, what?
That looks like
Are the conspiracies I've heard true?
So this is my
I was
galaxy
imagining
brain
you
take.
switch to like satellite image and it's just painted like
Actually-
it's obviously a swastika.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was
Fucking
imagining.
funny.
Well, actually, if you look at the Jacksonville, Miami-Dade International Airport,
Yeah.
it spells out the word Nazi. So
Okay.
no. So this is
All
my
right, there's
big-
satellite. Is that any different? I feel like that's even a little bit more. So
Yeah,
that definitely
it's more
helps it.
so. Definitely.
That helps it more.
definitely.
Let me see.
Yeah, that gives it a little bit more detail.
I'm also now looking for a swastika
Oh
shape.
wow. Yeah. That helps a lot.
But so
I'm always looking for swastikas.
it's
like
my favorite.
paraphernalia,
It's, listen, I'm just trying to bring it back. I'm trying to remove the hate from the
Yeah.
symbol.
Buddhism.
I think America is the modern Rome, or at least that's an analog a lot of people really enjoy using, right? And what happened to Rome that made it persist beyond like it's the Eastern collapse or the Western collapse was a change of capital, right? They moved the capital from the city of Rome to Byzantium, right? I think if I were the secret president, if I were the secret president under Mount Weather,
Yeah.
I would want Denver, due to its central location.
Yeah.
It's like it's high population, relative high population density.
Yeah.
And like direct connection to it's perfect location to be a sort of capital region.
Mixed
right?
Do you want to hear how this ties into a Stephen King story?
Let me finish.
Okay.
So when the nukes fall, if they don't fall on Denver, that's where the heads of
Yeah.
government, chiefs of state are going to end up.
Well, okay,
In
so
that
I
secret
can
bunker
tell
beneath
you.
the airport.
Let me
Yeah, I
finish.
can tell you from living there that two things. One, if the bombs fall, they will fall on Denver.
Okay,
The U.S. is because the U.S.'s main three land-based nuclear defense areas are in south. It's like in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So it's literally like there's like Denver, Boulder, Colorado Springs right here, and it's like massive field of missile silos above to the north, massive field of missile silos to the east, massive field of missile silos to the south. So that is where the ICBMs would probably land if there was a war.
Does anybody understand how the Iron Dome works?
It doesn't.
Basically, it's like targets. Are you sincerely asking?
Well, like I'm just saying, like, is it only is it a small area? Because if it only covers as much area,
It didn't work
as
for the
Israel,
concert, people.
as the righteous state of Israel that has never done anything
work
wrong.
against fucking tractors.
You know who I feel bad for?
Fucking excavators. Yeah.
What?
It didn't work.
It didn't work for those people at the concert. That's what I was trying to say.
Well, yeah, because they use excavators. They just knock down the walls.
Which
what
again,
are you
I want to
talking
make a
October
point about.
7th. What are you talking about?
They got no. Weren't they? Didn't Hamas shoot missiles at the people that were wherever they were in Israel?
Oh,
that
I don't
thing?
know.
I mean, they probably
Maybe.
had some, like they got a few. They had a few little rockets.
I do remember seeing a video of a Lebanese wedding where behind, like, the backdrop of the wedding was just a bunch of missiles raining down and then rockets coming up to meet them, and it looked very dope. It was a very cool.
It does
Yeah.
look cool as
Photo.
shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
to
yeah,
give
yeah.
credit to
It
Israel,
does look cool as shit.
the shit explodes in the
Israel.
sky. I like
So like
fireworks.
I do have a few I
gave
have
it
a
to
few things where I'm a
We
political
paid for it.
idealist.
I was gonna say.
I think one is I am an idealist on free speech, and then two is I'm an idealist on blowing shit up. If it looks very cool, if it
We're
looks
allowed
cool,
to do it.
If it looks cool as fuck,
Yeah.
then you're allowed to do it. That's what makes it right, is that it looks cool.
Yeah, true.
I think
Imagine
that's-
Niagara Falls. Just like hanging out of the falls, or some fucking missiles head towards Buffalo. Just fucking, just like.
Dude, hitting the Canadian side as
Yeah, oh,
you're
that'd be
standing on the falls.
Mid-city,
yeah,
Oh,
true.
yeah.
Bro, you just gave some Protestant in the Rust Belt the biggest erection ever. Imagining that scene.
I've never been
Fuck,
to
that'd be
Niagara
so fucking
Falls.
cool.
Yeah. But no, yeah.
Yeah, we invented the wings, dude.
So, but that's my whole thing. Is like if the Iron Dome's only big enough to protect a small area like Israel, like I don't know if it would work for a continental-sized state like
No,
the United
it would
States.
not work.
No, we have Star
Fucking-
Wars, dude.
That doesn't.
Yeah, well, Star Wars was a failed. Wasn't that a failed project, dude?
They funneled
Well, I guess we'll find
billions
out.
I
and
guess
billions
true.
of dollars into nothing. Yeah, I think it was $1 trillion
Who's to
project.
say
in
that
the
a missile
90s,
hasn't
and it failed.
Yeah, true.
come our way and it's
Yeah,
been blown up?
exactly. And the secret police just didn't let us know.
That's why I have a picture of Ronald Reagan in my office.
Yeah. One of the cool ones when he was young and hot and had a cowboy.
And
hat.
it's not the real Ronald Reagan. It's the Dennis Quaid playing Ronald
Oh,
Reagan.
it's okay.
Yeah, it's a movie poster. It's hot.
Did you know Ronald Reagan was like a C-list actor?
Yeah.
I
I made a movie with a monkey.
everyone
Yeah, I
always
thought he
talked
was-
about how he was
I
like
thought
an
he was
actor.
looking famous.
No, it was like a Hallmark movie.
Oh,
level.
was he?
Like super low budget. Like
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I guess I didn't know that.
I
part.
only recently learned that because I didn't know much about.
I mean, it was a track, right? Like that's a big. That's a.
I
Oh,
knew,
yeah.
I knew he was an actor
qualifying
just because of
factor
the
for
Family Guy
this.
episode where he's like, Ronald Reagan, the actor?
Yeah. Oh, you want to hear the best? The best joke I heard was today was. Oh, he's locking us out.
He's locking it.
Um,
Theo's like, oh.
the best joke I heard all day today was, "Hey buddy, nice outfit. 2001 called." Wait, what happened? What happened to the world?
Oh, yeah, okay.
That
I guess
made me
that's
laugh
kinda
really
funny.
hard. But it speaks to like I don't know what it is. I think we're just desensitized to all that shit as a generation.
You
where
don't
it's
remember it though. None of the four of
Joe
us
remembers
Like, I
it.
remember it.
Joe
yeah,
remembers
you
it.
fucking
I
do.
remember
Yeah,
it.
sure you do.
I know
This
it's
is,
a.
did we
It's
ever
sure
talk
you
about
do.
this?
It's one of those things that I feel like you've confabulated it.
Maybe,
I feel like
maybe,
that might
but
have
like
been.
I
Okay.
know that at one point I thought I remembered
Okay,
this, right?
but I was thinking about the other day. What is the biggest thing that separates? Because I always thought it was weird that we're Gen Z, because
We really
we're
should
not
be,
like
yeah.
we're not. We were born before the millennium, so we should be millennials. I feel
yeah,
like.
yeah, exactly.
But like logically, if there was an event that
Are we not
separates millennials
We're technically
and Gen Z, I think it is remembering 9/11.
Yeah, probably.
Like if you remember
So
9/11,
I'm a millennial and you
you're a
guys are
millennial
Gen
and
Z.
we're Gen Z. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Nice,
yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, I'm
Well, no, here, the thing I always thought about 9/11 is we might not remember it, but we are, our
we got
lives,
inundated.
our
with it.
lives,
Oh
Fucking
yeah.
waterboarded
We
with it.
remember being forced to remember it.
No, not even just
5
that. Our
years after.
lives were directly impacted by 9/11.
But I mean, like,
Oh,
every
yeah, the
year,
politics
we
of
And
watched
it
all the
on-
kids after
they
9/11.
would
Even if you were
roll
born
that
in
fucking-
2006, 7, 8, 9, I don't care. Like
Yeah,
your
sure.
life,
Yeah.
the
No,
time
of
you grew
course.
up in was a
Yeah.
direct
If you
result
take
of that moment.
ivermectin, you can remember 9/11.
It shows you.
If you take enough vitamin A,
Is that like some QAnon shit?
No, I just made that up, bro.
Just had visions of 9/11.
Damn, I could write a book. I should write a book.
JFK's son will come back.
yeah. Oh, that was one
You
of
know
the
what?
best ones.
I
On his
will say this.
bicycle.
JFK's son will descend from heaven. That was one of my favorite.
And
QAnons.
take his rightful spot at the media company his
Yeah.
mother worked at,
These
whatever
people-
it's
yeah,
called.
the
If there was a
shit.
way to get all of the people from the corners of the internet and get them to just come together and tell stories around a campfire,
It's make jokes about
it'd be
9/11.
such a good
What the hell was her
conversation,
name?
dude.
You can't make
No,
jokes
dude.
about
Jackie-
9/11 around those people,
it's
bro.
tragic.
You can't.
Not around those people. They
I think some of them you can. I
God.
think the guy who shot Charlie Kirk probably loves 9/11.
Do you think they got the right guy?
Oh, so I'm of two minds. I think it could all be like a double play, but so much of that shit just felt like, I don't know. Yeah, like I said my piece about, but like the way the news came out from top down, the way the information came out from top down, the way
That's suspect to you?
yes.
Why?
Well, the
because
first
it
person to
speaks
report-
to a higher level conspiracy.
Yeah.
It speaks.
I don't think so at all. He was directly in the pocket of the president.
Who do you mean?
Charlie Kirk. Trump would be like the first guy notified about it.
That is true, given how Trump has notified us about, like, bombing Iran.
He is
Have
like
you notified about that operation?
in terms of
I
like
still love that. That's fucking amazing.
in terms of like mouthpieces, like Ben
Fair
Shapiro has lost all relevancy. All the usual
Yeah.
mouthpieces, like Matt Walsh, he only talks about trans issues. Like the people who were talking about Trump and his presidency were a turning point. And Kirk is like the only one who, of all those people, like 100% agrees with everything Donald Trump does. You know?
Yeah.
So in my opinion, it makes complete sense that Trump would be the first person to announce that.
Maybe, but I also
Just like he'd be the first person to announce, J.D. Vance's death.
I guess.
think,
I
you know?
guess. I just, to me, in the way it was handled, I don't know. It felt suspect to me. Also, I will say that whether or not, like you said, something about coincidence, right? Whether or not this was intentional conspiratorial action or just a thing that happened because someone went kind of crazy about it. I do think this, like I was trying to argue at the bar the other night, I do think this might ultimately be to Trump's benefit.
Of
Right?
course.
Martyrdom,
Of course.
Right, and then
Of course.
now he's moving a National Guard into Memphis.
To Memphis,
a red city, right? Like, or a more red city than in most other cities. That reads to me as like direct fascist action, but that's just me, I guess. Like,
Yeah. I try not to be like, I don't believe in political division at all, but like the more I see these people that I know that still support this guy, I'm like, oh my god, I can't fucking deal with
you
you.
know he was raping kids.
Like,
You know he was.
I'm
raping
just like,
kids.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
I always see
Why don't we
these-
just all come together?
I see people.
Because there's not enough money.
Yeah, true.
And because people are selfish. They're not all going to come.
I'm on Robinhood.
Don't be on Robinhood. Don't, dude.
what is Robinhood?
That's the.
It's
It's
a
how
trading platform.
It is okay. I thought
It's
so.
the main way hedge funds make money. is
Wait,
off
that's
of
not
units on Robinhood.
Ryan Reynolds thing.
No, that's
No.
Mint.
No, that's
Mint
Mint
Mobile,
Mobile.
yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
Ryan
Mint
Reynolds.
So I was on the Chinese Robinhood for a while, Webull.
Respect it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
I
will.
respect that. I respect
Yeah.
that.
Give money to the
Glory
Chinese
to
Communist
G,
Party.
bro.
There
Glory to G. I welcome the new leader with open arms.
He's shitting on me
Dude,
being on
the
Robinhood,
only
then
big
follows up with
investment-
that. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I made because I remember this
I'm
was
losing money to Chinese communists.
this was COVID, right?
Yeah.
And I got my COVID check, and I made a big bet on Spirit Airlines making a comeback.
Smart move.
Hey, you can fly to Charleston back for $150.
It didn't work out. Yeah, I think I pulled out.
Hell of a weekend.
I pulled out a year later.
The ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
I mean, I just watched. Have you guys seen Ray Dalio's anything by him?
What?
The how countries go broke.
No, I've not.
Okay, it's a cool. He does like something. It's very similar, I think, to like Marx's theory of like capital, kind of like turning in cycles, where wealth inequality. I've never read Marx, so I'm basing this off of what other people have said about Marx.
Yeah.
But it was like how capital. So correct me if I'm fucking it up. I don't know, but it's like.
Eventually, you
wealth
get to a-
inequality
you get to a
grows
level
until
of-
there is a revolution,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
a new political system emerges, and then wealth inequality grows until there's a revolution, and the new political.
I don't
something
even know if
like
that was Marx, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
What Ray Dalio was basically talking about that generally that's his theory for how world orders are created, is that some country emerges as top dog. Work
Fuck
ethic
us.
is instilled in the people, usually by a strongman leader or a military leader who values merit and competence or whatever, but is kind of a dictator style guy. But the culture is one of hard work and learning and what the fuck. And then over time, those countries build rise in power and influence, and they gain like all sorts of financial systems, and they gain colonies around the world. They start to have like influence in these meddling with other countries. And then as you move along through the generations, wealth inequality starts to increase because of things like nepotism and the fact that people who are rich just have an advantage that tends to snowball out of control. And then eventually the financial system starts to collapse and countries flee the currency for some other great power. And usually at the same time as that country's influence shrinks and another country's influence grows, you see both rising populism, both on the left and the right, where the left is trying to redistribute wealth, the wealth that is shrinking. The right is trying to keep it in the hands of the wealthy, the top, 1%. And you're likely to see international conflict between the falling power and new rising powers. And he doesn't say it outright, but it's very obvious from all the graphics. He's using an American flag and a Chinese flag. And that is how he's describing what he thinks is happening right now. And I have to say, I feel this is a very compelling point. He makes a very compelling argument.
You know what this guy's like theoretical perspective is politically? He's not a Marxist, you said?
He is. Oh no, he's a capitalist. He's a
liberal.
He was. He's a big investment guy. He was in the stock markets back in the 70s. So he's literally. It's kind of funny because he gives this whole theory about how the world works, and then at the end he's like, "So here's how I would pick a stock portfolio to help."
Is this like a pyramid scheme? This whole is like a roundabout way to get you to invest in his portfolio?
No, because it's not even a pyramid scheme. He says, "Listen, here's what I do. I take my money and I put 25%. Like there are 4 possibilities for what's going to happen, and I put 25%
low risk high yield
into."
ETF.
Yeah, basically.
Vanguard, S&P 500.
Cash. Keep a little bit of cash on hand.
Cash,
It's like
4% APY.
25% something that's a commodities such as gold, 25% stocks.
Yeah, that's always
25% bonds. It's like 50% stocks, 25% national, international, and then beyond that, he's like, I can take riskier stances. But yeah, no, I thought it was funny that he just tried to describe the entire history of humanity, and then he's like,
American
and
China.
that's how I came up with my theory for where you
And
should
to that
put your
point,
money.
if you invested in gold at any point within the last 70 years and then went to now, you would only have the S&P would have only outpaced you by like 10,000% or something.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah. S&Ps
Commodities
don't
are
get-
great, dude.
But so the point he's making is that the past 7 years have been the U.S.'s bubble, and that now we're at a point where these things are about to crash. I think that gold doesn't really track anything.
Unless we redistribute wealth.
I think gold is just constant value. Why don't you buy that?
I think that the American economy's fine. I don't think there's I'm not saying it can't be outpaced by
Really?
China, but like that doesn't mean it's still not a
No,
trillion,
it's
a huge
it's
economy.
The
You know what I
richest
mean?
country in the world.
Yeah, right.
100%.
Like I guess
Yeah.
if you're worried about being outpaced by China and that's going to destroy like this the New York Stock Exchange, I just don't buy that.
No, yeah.
Well,
also,
I'm concerned about stratification in the economy. I'm concerned about the forces he was talking about, where the wealthy people continually are going to be taking farther and farther. Like they're taking more money for themselves.
Wealth inequality.
The real problem that I've heard is that greater and greater wealth inequality is a big one, and then another one is the actual national debt, which we have been continually kind of kicking the can and growing the national debt that we have to fund a deficit for basically the past 70 years. There's been a couple years, like the first year of Bush was the 1 year where we had a surplus.
Clinton left us with a surplus.
Yeah, I think 4
surplus.
years ago they were going to mint like 2 coins to get us into the stabilization
$2
of
trillion
debt. To just show
coins.
just shows you like how much the debt really is like.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the problem is if you do that, that will cause the U.S.
like,
dollar.
and like
No,
other
so Ben,
countries
that's-
have debt too. Like it's not like the U.S. is the only country that has debt.
But it's not good for a country. So like the Weimar Republic collapsed in large part because of debt.
Well, there's a lot of...
And there's you can just print money. But if you print money, it devalues the currency, and then people's really anything they have saved up is gone. business becomes impossible.
No, yeah.
Like the
I
collapse of the
understand
dollar is a really bad.
I guess all I'm
thing,
saying is,
you know?
so what's the cap on the debt? Because why wasn't it like what? So how is the debt gonna?
It's
press,
best-
So every
happens
year
next?
we have to pay interest on the debt in order
No, that's
to prove
fine.
that we
Yeah,
are
I get
credible.
that. I get that. But how does the
Currently,
debt destroy the US
23% of
dollar?
our federal budget is paying interest.
Yeah. Okay. So
That's-
where does the U.S. where does it come in where the U.S. dollar crashes
Well, if
based on the debt?
We default on a loan?
yeah, if we default on the debt, if we decide we're not going to pay interest, no one is going to give us any money. Every year we are running a deficit, which means that the amount of money we spend
I
to
know
do shit is
this-
more than the amount of money we raise in taxes. And the way that we fund that is by giving out IOUs. That is the debt. It's like we say, hey, if you give us, $300 billion, because that's our deficit this year, we're going to pay you back 5% 5-year returns.
Well, don't. And
That is our debt.
no.
It is the fact that we have been spending more money than we've been taking in,
Mm-hmm.
and so we have to raise money. And to do that, we basically ask other countries and rich people to loan us money.
Mm-hmm.
If we default on our loan, it's not like we can't print money to pay the debt, but no one's going to give us any more money, and so there's no more running a deficit. And on top of that, if we print a fuck ton of money, you see all sorts of downstream effects, like inflation. I think is a big fucking problem. I think we're suffering right now from the economic after effects, the hangover of all the money we printed during COVID. Like, I think that is a main cause of a lot of the suffering happening in this country.
Sure. Yeah. I agree
No,
with that.
but like I get, both of you are making good point. All I mean to say is that I know that if for Evan's side of things, we this year got downgraded. America is the world's not standby currency. What am I thinking of?
Reserve
currency.
That
right?
is to say, yeah.
And I know that the IMF downgraded us from from their most secure level of loans to the second most secure level of loans. So we have slipped in the international space, right? To some degree.
And I'll also
Okay.
point out that with
But-
From 1 to
things
2.
like these, it's
Yeah,
not. It is not usually a linear thing. It is usually something where it's like with the financial crisis or something in 2008. Is something where you have a couple of these blips, you fall a little bit, and you prop it up using some weird measure. You try to like extend. You you kick the can basically.
Or
you do whatever you can to make it not look bad, and then all of a sudden you don't have the resources to do that anymore, and it crashes very quickly. Or in 1929, that's what happened. So us being downgraded from number 1 to number 2, I
It's
think
not a
it is
good
a sign. It is
Yeah.
it's a sign that we're very shaky and we are close to potentially a quick collapse.
Now, can I ask you something?
I guess.
Right? I want to ask you something. Do you think, because this is my personal theory, redistribution of wealth would be some type of valid alleviator, insofar as it would decrease economic inequality, it would increase production, it would ensure longer health, right? Better health for the people producing value within this country, right? All these principles applied to some level of social betterment or welfare could in some way ensure that in future years we could start to pay off principal or something like that. But also, as far as the debt thing, we don't even owe most of it to China. We owe most of it to Japan, and then everything else is like private investment.
Yeah, BlackRock.
BlackRock,
People like that,
which is
yeah.
terrifying.
It's American institutions.
Private equity is one of the most terrifying concepts in the whole of human
Yeah, for
history.
real.
Yeah.
So that's my whole argument is that like if again to take it to Rome, if you know that
Yeah, but okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
well no if in Rome they had Jake knows about this a little bit, they had a huge rocky century for like in the 300s.
Like the grain dole? Is that where you're going with
I was
this?
getting towards that.
We were talking about
But-
the crisis of the third century.
The crisis of the third century.
Yeah.
They had a huge problem, horrible leadership, a bunch of bad things happen. But then you have things where the grain dole happened. They start redistributing health, like a means to being more effective workforce. And you had Diocletian making an edict about how much things could cost.
Yes.
Price capping,
Yes.
ostensibly, which is beneficial towards lower class people, less beneficial towards the entrepreneurial and capital class,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
bourgeois class.
My issue with price capping is I just don't
It
think it
worked.
ever works.
It did
I don't
work.
think it ever
It,
did.
Rome lasted longer. It didn't end in
wasn't
the third century.
Diocletian famously the one that split it in two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. No.
Okay,
well,
okay. But
I know
my
it's-
understanding was that I don't believe the price. I don't think the price controls were effective.
my understanding is that they helped. They made Rome last longer. And,
I don't know. I feel like whenever you, I just think that price controls are one of those measures that are, if it could be enforced well, I think that it could help potentially. But I think usually the price of something when it's driven by a market is like a measure of how many people want it and how many people have it. And so when you control the price,
sometimes people like to gouge, right? And
sometimes people like to gouge, but generally speaking, and so like that's again, I think if you have one player who has control of a market and people have nowhere else to go if they're getting gouged, then yeah, absolutely. Like you need to control that. And so I think that the U.S. in the past 20 years has shifted from no, it wasn't really free. I mean, it was never super free, but I feel like specifically in the past 20 years, especially with tech companies, it has become insanely consolidated.
Yeah,
and it's no longer operating like a free market, which capitalists would, all the arguments that a capitalist would make about the benefits of a free market, I don't think we're really in that system anymore. I think we're moving much more closer to like a feudalistic oligarchy.
I agree.
Where you have
so if we don't take active measures in like
Yeah.
gubernatorial sense, right, in a fucking legalistic sense, then I do think we are fucked, right? If we don't make active measures towards, the betterment of the populace and the insurance that, you aren't going to go out of, like, you aren't going to go into a huge
here's a
dead
question.
spiral if you go to a doctor.
Here's a scary question. Do you see us ever being capable of doing it with the current system of democracy as we have it?
Grassroots movements happen, and they especially today they have a huge amount of problems with lobby and people and money being involved in politics, definitely. But if you can get your mouth to the right ears, I try to believe in an optimistic view of humanity. That if we could genuinely get all on the same page, but I also must admit that as our good friend Bill Cooper, the man who killed truth, the man who ostensibly made this sort of conspiratorial America, kind of proved out that like, maybe in the modern day in America that's not entirely feasible. So I don't know. I'd like to try. I don't want to give it up without a fucking fight. I don't want to go yes, Elon, sir. I don't want fucking Zuckerberg with a knighthood, right? He might actually have one. I don't know.
Jesus, I do not want
but
that.
like that's
a knighthood.
You can get it for the
being
queen or
knighted
the
by
king.
in English.
Oh, you're saying
not
I thought you meant like a hood at nighttime.
No.
You mean like being knighted?
Yes.
Yeah, word. Okay.
Hood like foreskin.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a knighthood.
It only
I
comes out
also
at
have a
night.
knighthood.
comes out at night.
I'm only uncircumcised in the evening.
I get defensive about my knighthood, dude. I almost slapped Jared's girlfriend in the face that night
What, you got shit on for having a foreskin?
for having knighthood, dude. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot you have foreskin too, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Sick.
Let's go.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah,
dude.
Should we start something?
The
initiation.
If I'm
Wait,
not
okay.
mistaken, yours is
You,
fucked up a little bit.
No, it's not
tell you
fucked up. Mine's not fucked up, bro. Mine's
like
normal.
mist or something.
Whoa.
I did one time.
You don't
I
get
did.
to say that word.
Sorry.
Yours is fucked up? What happened?
Mine's not fucked up.
Oh, okay.
It's beautiful.
My dick is bigger than my foreskin
Yeah,
is.
his dick's huge.
Oh,
So
shit.
my
His only
dick's bigger
problem
than my
is ginormous.
foreskin is, so
Yeah.
sometimes it looks like it's not circumcised.
Yeah.
Or sorry, no, sometimes it looks like it is
Like
circumcised.
it is.
And one time I asked my mom, I was like, "Yo, why is my dick bigger than my foreskin? Did you like try to circumcise me and it didn't work?" And she's like, "No."
I would never.
And it was
never.
kind of weird. Her response was kind of weird. I'm not
Got
gonna lie.
defensive
No,
about it.
I
She was
never
like,
did.
no, we didn't do anything like that.
Yeah. So
There was a.
Oh,
we
shit.
might have paid the neighbor. He said he had an implement.
Yeah. You know, I was.
Foreskin's
my
not
foreskin-
fucked up.
it-
He's just got a big hog.
it just
okay?
doesn't fit.
Yeah.
But my foreskin. Well, I think my foreskin's just small. I think that's a better way to say it.
That's a good way.
I
Yeah.
have a big
I'm not
dick.
gonna,
Big dick
you know,
with
I'm
small
not gonna
foreskin.
say anything about.
Dude, did you use that line at The Rock? I was just like go up to a girl, be like, yo, my dick does not fit in my foreskin. You're like, oh, that's hot. Let's get out of here, babe.
Oh god. Yeah, I
All
used to
that
have.
to say
I
that
used
the
to.
U.S. is soon to collapse.
Yeah, I used to have a foreskin.
Valerian jihad.
They don't have. They're not investing in foreskin coin.
I did agree with
should make that.
I agreed with Charlie Kirk on his take on foreskin. That was about it. That's about it.
Like a random guy who's like super sad about him dying because his take on foreskin is really good.
I almost put that on my Instagram story.
Did he have a take on foreskin?
Yeah,
Probably.
I saw,
Did he?
yeah,
It's like a Hitchian,
I think
right?
I might have sent it. What?
Well, no, it wasn't.
It's a hate gene.
Hitchian. Like wasn't it Hitchens who was like, it's disgusting that we harm children like something like
Oh,
that?
genital mutilation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hitchens?
Wasn't it Hitchens?
Christopher
Who's that?
Hitchens.
Was it? It was like a
He was
hardcore
a
atheist.
hardcore atheist debater.
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
debate girl
Chris
before the
Hitchens.
internet.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Back in the 80s.
The thing is I totally think circumcision is fucked. But if you've
Yeah.
seen the grassroots movement for anti-circumcision, they're fucking insane.
Well, they're
So,
probably
they're
also
not
like
associated with the
anti-vaxxers.
group.
And
They're
like,
not well,
they don't
but
like-
they are
yeah.
absolutely correct about what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, can I tell you
correct.
something that I think Joe knows? I don't know who I've told this or not.
You've told me.
You're about
I've
to tell
told
the-
you too.
You're
Yeah.
about
You
to tell
haven't
the
known.
internet.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
about to
maybe
tell
not.
the eight viewers.
Maybe not.
I was uncircumcised until I was 13.
Oh, you
I
got
was
really
circumcised at
That's
13.
right.
Oh, Mario was
Oh.
too.
And this was
preteen
because
circumcision.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's
So what
I disagree
happened
with
was
that.
I
When
was
they're
doing-
babies, so they can't
I was on
remember.
a playground, and you know those like rope? It's like the Tarzan style ropes with the knots or whatever that you
Yes,
can kind of
I
go
know.
between.
I know what you're talking
and they have a
about.
disc right at foot level.
Yes.
So I was trying to see how far I could jump and grab and land on the disc. And so I did a massive jump. I like 6 feet, and I grabbed the rope, and my feet missed the disc. And I slid all the way down, and then the disc hit right there.
I was there for it.
So it was like, was it like a,
Not there.
No, I wasn't there.
was it like a surgery for an injury?
This is the one time I've ever had surgery in my life.
It was like an emergency circumcision.
This was not emergency. It was an emergency. No.
Damn it,
We
dude.
gotta get him to a fucking. What is
No,
it called?
Next time we play Never
Because
Have I Ever, I'm being like,
what
I've
happened
never
was
had surgery.
My dad, I was like, I tell my dad, and I was like, hey, Dad, I need you to take a look at something.
Oh, that's a rough convo.
And he's, because what happened was it was purple.
Mangled.
It was black and blue.
It
not-
got hurt?
The tip was black and blue. It was not good.
It's like, we're getting this
It
foreskin off
hurt.
right away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's almost
he was
killed
like-
you.
Oh yeah, you need to see that.
That's coming off.
You need to see that.
We're gonna have to amputate that.
That's coming right off.
That's coming right up.
Peeled it like
Hey,
a
thank
banana.
God
Yeah.
there is a foreskin that caught that, and it wasn't your whole dick.
That's
That
true.
is true. The
Yeah.
foreskin
You know?
sacrificed
The hood,
itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the.
That's what a foreskin
evolution
is
right
for.
there.
That
That's
is what a
evolution
foreskin is
right
for, and
there.
that is why I will not circumcise my kid.
Yeah.
God bless.
Just in case.
Just in
In case
case,
he needs
bro.
a preteen emergency circumcision.
It's true though. If you have a foreskin, you can always take it off later.
Yeah, true.
You cannot put it back on.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
true.
that's also not true. Sorry. Jake has shown me a clip of a man lying naked on a bed
Oh yeah,
with a pulley system.
the foreskin
trying to
advocates.
stretch it out.
There are pieces of technology. There's weights, there's pulleys that people claim you can use to regrow your
God.
foreskin.
Okay.
So
Weights, pulleys,
listen,
even levers.
the future. Even like,
You see, if I do this, it comes back.
See, now that's something Mark Zuckerberg would look into. That's something he'd pay for.
yeah, true.
Yeah, why aren't they funding this?
Why aren't they funding this?
Yeah,
This is why we need to socialize the economy, so we can finally fund
So
what
that we
matters.
can get this idea. So I've been looking into like
Recircumcised.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Put your foreskin back on.
looking back into growing it.
Stem cell
Yeah.
foreskin.
no, but like I've been looking at things to do for my portfolio to like try to
So
like.
that's the direction.
So that could be
Regrow
I thought you
something.
were like, I thought you were like, I was looking at grafting pig skin back
Jesus
onto my.
You see here, I regrew my foreskin using pigskin. Your,
Okay, actually-
your employer's like, this is brilliant.
Can I pitch to
Using
you?
AI to
Can I pitch to you my? Here's a legitimate idea that I kind of want to try doing that
Sure.
involves data science and probably AI, although not LLMs, but to some degree. So this is something I want to try to work on. Maybe it's a portfolio piece. Maybe it's something useful. You know, ground news.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So ground news is like compiles news articles from various sources, and it's claiming to use AI to analyze them. I know the methods it uses, and it's not like anything fancy, but sentiment analysis has been around for a long time. That's what it's using to classify them. And then it also just knows the different news organizations, and it classifies them along a spectrum from far left to far right. But I have been kind of absorbing lots of online politics over the past 2 months for some reason. I've gotten really into it. And it occurs to me that there are so many fucking ideologies running around right now, and that in the current political climate, I just don't think left to right. Oh, something happened. I don't think left to right is a very good.
No, I agree. Yeah, it's.
I disagree with that.
You don't
I
think so?
No.
Well,
I think it's one dimension.
Goddamn
I think
Leninist.
my thought
I'm
is
a
that
what?
You're a goddamn Leninist.
I am.
There's only one spectrum, and it's the
Yeah.
liberation of the people.
yeah. I just think with so many issues and so many different political stances, I wonder if there's a way that you could track sort of different groups, like general like ideological consensus, I've been watching a lot of J-Reg, all right? So there's a lot of different
Does he make
political
serious
groups.
content now? Because the last time I saw him, he was just making
It's
like meme
pseudo-serious.
stuff.
He's
Right.
pseudo-serious about the anti-clanker stance. Like, that's... I wonder if he's going to turn that into something serious.
What's his name?
J-Reg. He does basically, he catalogs internet politics. So he does charts. The first video I watched was the new political meta, which came out like 6 months ago, and I think it blew up. And it was about, he was arguing that there are now multiple different political factions that have emerged beyond the old like left-right conspiracy.
Gotcha.
Why did I say conspiracy? I don't
It
know.
is a conspiracy.
It is a conspiracy.
Everything.
It is a
Conspiracy to categorize political beliefs.
But it was like post-racial fascism was the first thing he's talking about. He's arguing that there's a group that is becoming openly fascistic and is not openly, they're trying to avoid any kind of race connotations. And he talks about the reactionary center, which I resonated with because I feel like that's what I am.
I don't want
politically.
to. I don't want
I'm
to
a
quote
reactionary
Mussolini here,
centrist.
but
Yeah, Mussolini explicitly was saying
that fascism and race has nothing to do with each other.
But that doesn't make
I
fascism
know.
not a right-wing ideology.
No,
right?
it's not.
Which is where my question goes. Is like I think
well, that's but
people
what he's
can
saying is that there are factions emerging in the right wing where there is this new collective of people
sure,
that are
There's a
kind
third
of
dimension.
coinciding
There's a
around
third dimension.
but I think
fascist ideologies,
there's
but
always
not racial ideologies.
there's always precedent for it. You know, there's
Yeah.
always, like
Which is not to say that group will last.
there's a lot of people that like I know they're like kidding, but there's a lot of like Marxists online that like they'll like take a clip of Tucker Carlson talking about like nationalizing corporations out of context and be like, oh, Comrade Tucker,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
he's not like. This is that goes
I
back
did
to
that.
that goes
I
back
did
to
that
the
yesterday.
Nazis. That goes back to the Nazis.
did do that
The
yesterday.
reason that the Nazis literally used a red flag and called themselves socialists was because of the prior failed socialist revolution in Germany.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Everyone was for
It
workers'
it
politics,
seems
so they
to me
co-opted
like-
the imagery.
Yeah.
You know,
It seems like there's like I don't remember where I heard that exact point, but yeah, but I heard that exact point a couple days ago, and I was thinking that like it's the way you can tell if something's kind of fucked up and not legitimately socialist is if there are any conditions. Like if there's anything where it's like, oh, socialism, but for X. But
or if
for
they just
Y.
don't call themselves socialists, you know, because that word has also been so demonized that I think right wings,
Yeah.
even if they want to co-opt the aesthetics of socialism, they're
Yeah.
not going to call themselves socialists.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know. Mom Dolly's doing
know.
well.
Socialism, Satan,
Yeah.
soccer.
wait, what is? That dude! Oh my
Billy Bob
god!
Neck. Billy
Oh
Bob
my
Neck.
god, bro, that is so nostalgic. Holy
Yeah.
shit. I remember that guy. Do you think he
noticed-
was trolling?
No, he was 100%.
You think he was a real dude?
He was
He
recording
believes
himself
it,
on a
yeah.
webcam in his basement. You could see air ducts and fucking. Yeah, no, that was real.
We look
See,
him
that's
up.
the
It's
thing.
like, oh, he died in a shootout with the IRS.
I'm so cynical. Like if that content came out today, it
Exactly.
would be.
If it was
it
today,
would be
Well, it would
ironic.
have been made by AI.
Yeah.
But Billy
But
Bob got to it first.
no, because it was made when back then it was real.
He made a video about how Obama was having gay sex with Justin Bieber.
That's base, bro. That's hella base.
That's actually dope. Holy shit.
That guy was beautiful. I really see. That's my thing. I'm a humanist at heart. I love that man, even though he is clearly not well, clearly not doing well, clearly spreading bad information to people.
Yeah, but we believe in him.
But I love him. I love him.
Yeah, I love him too.
He sang a song about how Obama was having gay sex with Justin Bieber.
Jesus, who is this guy?
Billy Bob Neck.
Billy Bob Neck. All right.
He was a YouTube guy. Or he was not a YouTube guy. He barely existed on YouTube. He just kept putting out videos. And the one I showed everyone
Yeah.
was, you notice how Satan, socialism, and soccer all start with the same letter. Yes.
Starts with A.
Yes. He would turn S into a
Yes.
3-syllable word.
That's fucking amazing.
Yes.
Man, bro, that piss is just running through me.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
Jesus.
I pissed like 6 times.
Yeah, every
Goddamn
new one you
racist.
get, you have to take a piss. I know.
Bro, when
You
I
got a healthy body, dude.
When I-
Natural
yeah.
flow.
when I was a Jehovah's Witness, yeah, you get to
They're going in, they're
bro.
going right now.
When I was a Jehovah's Witness, we knew this guy. He was a witness. He was like one of those guys. He's like kind of on the cusp of the organization.
Yeah.
But he used to like his sister and his mother and his brother all had psychotic breaks at different points in their lives. And it had affected them permanently.
Yeah.
Like they were not there. But he had like these like almost Rickyisms where he would say like common phrases incorrectly. One of them, instead of saying I have to pee like a racehorse, he would say I have to pee like a raped horse. He would say it in public. We'd be out in public and he'd say it, and he talked loudly. So, and he was not.
so
I
good.
gotta pee like a raped horse.
When you think about it, though, it
Pete
does
like a
track.
raped horse.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
if
it
you
does.
rape a horse, it probably does have to be afterward.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
would imagine. JRH NPR. Talking about my favorite video on the internet. JRH NPR, dude. Just the right height.
Do you have favorite videos on the internet?
Yeah, it's that video. It's
Well,
the
if
video
it's-
where the man openly talks about fucking horses.
Oh,
It's so
really?
sad that's tied to H3.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was back when he was likable, I think.
Wait, why is it called a Rickyism? Is that from something?
That's from
It's from
Trailer
Trailer. You know,
Okay.
he always
Okay,
says
I thought-
those things.
Yes.
Jalapenos.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I
I,
want some of them jalapeno.
I wanted to make sure it was from that because the best clip I saw today was the one where he's sleeping in a sewer pipe tube and the alarm starts going off and he just like gets up, he has a bag of chips on his arm and he's trying to get out but it keeps rolling and he's like, and then it just shows him in the interview and he's like, you know, I got kids, I got responsibles now, and like, you know, they say you can't
responsibles.
drink and smoke weed, stay up till 5 when you have kids, but you can. You just gotta get up in the morning.
Gotta go up in the morning. And it's just him trying to get up and falling over. I fucking love that bit.
Bro, that's Spencer.
Oh, that's so good.
That's Spencer.
That's such a good show. Oh,
that
that
is
show is amazing.
genuinely one of the best shows
It
ever.
really is,
I
though.
firmly believe it.
The like season 1 through 4 or 5 is like is just
Yeah.
peak.
The ending,
Bunch
it
of
has one of the
shit
greatest
monsters.
endings of any series ever.
I'm climbing up a shit rope.
Yeah. Dude, that
His
Oh,
performance
wait,
genuinely,
goddamn it.
his performance genuinely like clashes with some of my favorites of all time.
It's such a beautiful show.
He gets better. He gets better and better as a show. Like he like fully like realizes the character he's trying to create.
I would say South Park is also one of the greatest shows of all time.
I've never really seen any
They
South
took down
Park.
so in the
Yeah, I
most
saw
recent
that.
season, they did a bit about Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, I'm curious what
Yeah.
And
happened.
they took it down.
They did take it
Yeah.
down.
Well, they took and then also this latest episode that they were working on, they had to delay it, I guess.
Oh, because they were going to do more Charlie Kirk.
I
Probably.
don't know. I don't know.
They still should, bro.
Well, they write
Yeah,
these
they still-
episodes.
Oh, yeah, they're going to write about
They're
it.
definitely going to write about
Dude, I
it.
think
They're
better.
still doing
Honestly,
the thing where they
if they're
write the
gonna stick to
episode
their
in the
game.
week prior.
Right?
Yeah, old South Park would do that.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
if there's one thing I know about South Park is that it makes the news cycle
Now,
every week.
Chewbacca is a giant. Yeah,
I think they were just giving some breathing room, which I
Yeah,
think
no,
is the right thing to
because
do anyway.
what they said was they're like, listen, guys, this is on us. We didn't quite finish writing on it. We need a little more time to write it.
Yeah.
Because they do
They do it weekly.
Yeah, they do
Yeah.
weekly. So they definitely are talking about it
Well,
for sure.
and they also like. It seems like they're intentionally trying to sabotage Paramount. Like
Yeah.
at this point,
Good.
like they're trying to
Good.
sabotage.
Fuck
the-
Paramount.
Paramount's trying to buy Warner Brothers, aren't they? Did you see that?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the merger.
Wait a
is-
second.
The merger's being held up. Or
Okay.
Donald Trump can threaten the
Yeah.
merger, and so South Park recently got its new season, and Donald Trump has been threatening the merger because of.
Because they
of
said he had a
South
small
Park.
penis.
Because they said he had a small penis on South Park,
Yeah.
which is funny.
Bro, what
Which
fucking
is funny.
what fucking
I will
world
say
do
if
we
South
live in?
Park goes off the air, that's probably my line. That's
You're
probably
gonna pick up guns.
that
you're gonna,
might
You're gonna
be-
start being an actor.
that
I didn't
might
realize you were a
be
big
the,
South Park fan, Evan.
I
It
fucking
doesn't
love
surprise-
South Park.
it-
Imagination Land is one of the pinnacles of television. You ever seen the Imagination Land trilogy?
No,
Oh,
I've not
Jesus,
really
dude.
seen any South Park.
It's it's beautiful storytelling. I guess I'm a fan of anything that's adult anime. A lot of adult animation I like a lot of adult
Hentai.
animation.
Is that with like the cute animals who are like evil? They're like,
Yeah,
why
like
don't we
beautiful
rape
forest-
all
Jesus
of them?
Christ!
The
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah, yeah.
forest creature.
Yeah.
Why don't we cut off his penis?
It's like
And then rape 'em.
there's this physical location where the imagination of all Americans exists, and it's Imagination Land.
Yeah.
And they have every character from fiction is there. So Jesus is part of it. There's like the Elder Council, which is like Jesus, Superman, Glinda the Good Witch, Shaq. I don't know. It's like a couple people.
imaginary.
I think. And then the Al Qaeda discovers it.
Al-Qaeda
So
attacks.
Al Qaeda tries to nuke America's imagination. That's the idea.
That's crazy though.
And then it turns out Butters is the chosen one. He's like the guy. He's the one kid who's able to like reimagine all things. Like he's so basically it's just the kids fight to save imagination. And I just think it's one of the. As a child watching it, it was probably the pinnacle of television that I'd ever.
The fact
seen.
that they blow through a wall, though, that's basically topical.
Yeah, they blow through the wall, separating the bad imagination from the good imagination.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was the idea.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Did I send you the
Yeah.
clip in Trailer Park Boys where it's Randy? He's like pumping up something, and obviously he's like got his stomach, and he's just like dramatically doing it. And like the owner of the trailer park, the woman, I can't remember her name. She's like watering a garden. She like, looks over, and then she just like kind of like starts like going like this, like she's getting turned on. And just, like, Randy's just like.
It's such a
Because they have an arc where they have an affair. They get together.
Yeah.
And,
shit,
Lakey
that-
gets kicked out. I think.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm straight now, lady.
Oh my god.
Doesn't he eat only burgers?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the-
what
They call his gut
J-Rock always says.
cheeseburger factory.
Yeah. Fucking cheeseburger eating ass, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, I have to go back and rewatch. I have not watched it since the first time I saw it.
Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta
so
watch
fire.
it again too. It's so good.
It's a lot of shit I gotta go back. Okay, because this is the last episode, I had this idea of like,
But how long are your episodes?
As long as we want.
as long as we feel
Oh,
like,
really?
as
What's the
long
longest
as we
one you've
fucking feel
done?
like
I think 2 hours.
this one that we just, but I cut it, I chopped it up. It was an
Okay.
hour 44 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. The one I just released today, which is Anabasis.
I wish I used a fake name.
Yeah, well, we can bleep it.
What's your
I
fake
can
name?
literally bleep.
My
We
fake
talked
name?
about
Yeah,
Ben.
what's your,
We
uh,
talk about Ben doing cocaine in multiple episodes.
Monsignor Circum.
What do you say?
Oh, we just make fun of it.
You talk about the fact that I smoked crack essentially
No,
at your
what?
house, at your barn.
What?
Not crack. Well, it's different. It was
No,
cocaine.
I know. Yeah,
You
it was.
smoked
It was
cocaine?
It was
wasn't
roundabout crack.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
okay,
was
okay.
chemical. It was
It was- yeah, it was
chemical
cool,
crack.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And it was sick. I remember it being
Hell yeah.
awesome.
Well, the sick crack.
Oh, yeah?
If you do crack, it just feels like cocaine. Like it's just
Yeah.
No,
It's
it's the same fucking
it's just
thing.
cheap, fast crack,
Yeah.
cocaine. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's just slightly
black people
faster.
smoked it, so they had to.
Yeah,
they
so
had
we
to-
gotta change it up. But I was thinking about getting into freebasing.
the most dangerous possible way to
Just
do a
blowing
drug.
up my house.
That's when you smoke it as you're cooking it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
honestly so smart, though, bro. Of course, like tweakers came up with that. Like,
That's how I think Richard Pryor didn't die because of it, but Richard Pryor blew up his house. I remember.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, he was freebasing. He was freebasing.
I'm
Yeah.
glad.
Fucking Marlon Brando's dick.
I'm glad I never got into anything past. Well, like, obviously, I'm a fucking alcoholic. That's evidence enough. But like, when I smoked like weed, and I would just like, I would like fucking scrape entire bongs.
Oh my god!
Like,
Just trying to get
if I
any
was
resin
doing,
together.
if I was doing cocaine, I would have killed myself
Oh,
so
yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
So
Oh,
quickly.
What's that story? It's that story of Steve O, who would like hang out at his drug dealer's house, and his drug dealer had this coffee table with just like residue covering it. And at one point, his drug dealer left the room, and Steve O really needed
Oh,
it.
yeah,
He was trying
yeah.
to scrape everything together.
As the guy was overdosing, right?
Yeah, it was some insane
Yeah, yeah,
story.
yeah.
Oh my god, that's wild.
But yeah, that's
that
the
is wild.
drug addiction's not good.
Yeah.
If there's a moral to this podcast, don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do
No,
drugs.
I know. It's
Yeah,
actually
not.
it's actually so crazy. It's one of those things.
Except
that, like,
shrooms. That's kind of fun.
I'm glad you like.
when I was
Yeah,
younger,
shrooms are good.
it did feel like, you know, there was like, I mean, obviously, I think you can hold both positions simultaneously. That like
You should be allowed.
the war
to.
on drugs and counterculture, like or the war on drugs against things against counterculture and like fear mongering about drug use is obviously horrible and evil. And just used to crack down on,
Yeah.
you know,
Herb-
I don't
liberty
think it works.
but
too
yeah, it
well.
also doesn't
That's what
work.
I would say.
It also doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
But also that the party life is not to be glorified.
No.
For sure.
Dude, I'll tell you what, I feel like fucking shit the next day. I don't know how people get it. I mean, I know how people get
Yeah.
addicted to it, but like after I do cocaine, I don't want to touch it ever again. Well, I end up like touching it again, but it's not the next day.
Yeah, I
It's
know,
usually
yeah.
months in advance.
Yeah.
When was the last
it's
time
a-
you've done? Like, do you still like consider yourself someone who would use it at the right time?
Yeah.
You haven't like completely shut it out.
I did like 2 weeks ago on Labor Day.
When it's
Labor
like
Day
the workers of the
weekends.
world.
I said that.
But I won't. The thing is, it's not that good. Well,
Yeah.
That's
it's-
my thing. I don't really.
We don't get good stuff. Up
Yeah, I
here.
know.
It'd be
mean,
funny if I
yeah.
asked you that and you're like, "Wow, you got some?"
Yeah. I'd be like, well, I would do some right now
that's
off
what
that
you're saying.
table right there. But no, yeah. I mean, I think it's like fun to do it and go out and have a good time with your friends. But I wouldn't just do it to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like some people.
I also, that's also
Dude, I
a hot
wanna
take I have.
cut-
I think there is a way to enjoy
might
hard
cut this
drugs
out.
without.
But
As like an experience, right?
But
Like,
that's
not-
only like I know I'm fully like genetically an addict. Like it runs in my family.
oh, dude, I did it.
I just think some
last
people
Friday
can do it. Some people can do it and some people can't.
with a random bald dude
Oh,
who has
Jesus.
a band named Malifia
No, okay.
and
did
like
what?
Where'd you do this?
60 tattoos. The Uptown. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, this is the night.
At your
Oh,
adult
do you do the
improv.
improv there?
I did. I
He
just
does.
watched it.
I go there all the time, and I always see the signs for the improv.
Yeah. I haven't actually taken the class. They almost convinced me to join the cult. But okay, they
The Johnny
dude,
Calls is so sick.
they have 6
Underrated.
levels of improv.
It's funner as a follower, dude. That's what I hear.
But it was interesting. But yeah, I met this guy who was like pretty drunk, and he was in a heavy metal band, and he was talking to me about just his life, and he's like, yeah, man, some friends just aren't real. And it's like, what happened? Apparently he was in a 100-mile-an-hour car crash
Oh my
outside
god.
of Rochester after a show. And he's like, yeah, dude, I was stuck in the car. I was in a ditch, and I was getting out of the car. I, like, called my friend, and he didn't respond. And then I got a text from him, and he's like, oh, yo, is that you? And it's, like, a picture of my car. And I'm like, yeah, dude, fucking help me. And he's like, oh, shit, dude, you gotta go to the hospital.
Yeah, that's
But
a
the other
horrible-
guy just fucking left him.
Jesus.
And I
As
was
he's
like,
telling the story,
that's
he's pulling a bag out of his pocket and just like putting it down, chopping it up.
I wonder why
Evan's
he
like,
crashed.
yes, yeah.
I wonder why he
literally
crashed.
just a minute later, he was like, yo, you want to do cocaine?
Did you do it?
Yeah.
He's like, I got in this car
with a crazy, it was him and another guy. It was fucking wild.
What's his name? Christopher
It wasn't
Moltisanti?
very...
Oh, from Sopranos?
Yeah, from
Moltisanti?
Yeah.
Bro, he did make Herman look sick. I won't lie. I won't lie.
Did he? When did
Wait,
he
what
do
does he say?
heroin?
What does he say about the dog? He kills his girlfriend's dog. He's
It
like,
was
oh,
an
must have fell.
accident.
Yeah,
It was
he
an
must have fell
accident.
asleep under me or something. He says something like, really, like funny, but not funny, but funny.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
the
what is it?
intervention. No, I'm remembering
You killed
Tony
her
go,
dog?
You killed the dog? What the fuck is wrong with you?
This is a non-judgmental zone.
Yeah, they're trying to do an intervention with Bob.
I love when they're Paulie and him are in the woods on winter. They
Oh
just
my
try
God.
to kill that Russian guy,
Yeah.
which is like inconclusive at that
Oh,
moment.
yeah.
And like he's telling him he's a Green Beret or something, and then he was like, he was in the Department of the Interior. Yeah, he's like, you never fucking believe this. He was an interior decorator. His house looked like shit.
That is such a well-written show. I love that show. So good.
Also, the fact that they even got that one wrong because he was like working for the Russians. He killed 16 Chechens. The guy's like,
Yeah.
he was an interior decorator. He
Yeah,
killed
yeah.
16 Czechoslovakians.
Yeah.
Uh,
His apartment looked like shit.
yeah.
Oh God, my shoes.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, that was such. Yeah, that show's beautiful. But no, yeah, like, I was just thinking, about the fake friends thing.
Yeah.
It's good to know we have real friends.
Yeah.
Or do we?
If you guys shot Charlie Kirk,
I would hide you in my attic.
oh hell yeah, dude.
That's good. That's good
Hell
right
yeah.
there. I asked Ben if he would commit a robbery with me, and he said no. And I said, "Wow, I guess I know where you lie."
No, wait, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, a long
Did
time.
you-
It was a stupid.
Didn't
it
you
was,
say something about Corbin?
Yeah,
too,
we were
though?
gonna rob a local drug dealer. It was
Oh,
my plan.
robbing Corbin, that's what it was.
Yeah, I was gonna rob a drug
Okay.
dealer, and I was like,
No,
you wouldn't,
I
I was
will
like,
be-
you wouldn't
Bleep
back
that
me.
Corbin name out.
Yeah, you wouldn't back me up on this.
Yeah,
I will be
AI
perfectly
professor.
honest. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be talking
Bleep
about
a
shit talking my AI
It's gonna
professor.
be nothing but. It's gonna be Morse code by the end of it.
No, I am legitimately a little scared about stuff right now.
Oh, I'm very scared right now.
I'm
And it's not just fucking Trump's weird. Like, I do think we're
No.
living in a time of economic upheaval, and you have two things. One is the rise of AI, which is fucking over a lot of working class people. It's going to take a lot of jobs from regular people. And then you have Trump, which I think is just jet fuel on the fire. Like, I think we're in a tinderbox.
absolutely. I'm a member of
Right
an
now.
org now, and we were specifically directed within seconds of news of the shooting not to post anything online,
Yeah.
and so I didn't. I haven't. And
Can I just?
then an update came out later with very, very specific instructions about what to do when the FBI comes to your door.
Oh, geez.
And it's just like it is scary.
Well, no, can I just bring something up real quick that I think is funny for the podcast?
What's
Yeah.
that?
I told Evan that you joined the Communist Party of America, and then
That's not. I don't even think there's a party called.
I know, I just made it up.
Yeah.
And then Evan showed up at your door like the next day, and he was like, "Did you join the Communist Party?"
Oh,
The first thing he said to me, "Hey, I heard
caught-
you're a
he
card
caught-
carrying man."
He caught me driving for FedEx. I was like, hey, I heard you're a card-carrying communist. Oh, that's cool.
Not yet. I gotta get through candidacy. Yeah, like in a year, I'll probably be a member.
What?
Yeah, it's.
Are you sure this isn't a cult? This
It probably
sounds
is.
weird.
No, it's just very, very. Like the DSA, so I tried to join the DSA.
Yeah.
And they literally the next day mailed me like, "You're a member," and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"This is so sus,
This
bro."
isn't legit.
It's very. The PSL is
Yeah.
for all their controversy that a lot of
Yeah.
people have in them. They're very, very principled and very committed. I had to meet with
Okay.
like three different people to confirm. It's all to confirm I'm not a federal agent.
Right.
That's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of instruction on what to do.
What is the... Because I don't know. I feel like in my limited knowledge of, like, federal agent... Like, pretty much every time I hear about, like, federal agent infiltrating a place, like, they always had these meets. And they've you know, like, the fucking biker gang usually is what I hear about. And they did find a way in. So, like, what is the plan? Like, how do they prevent that? How do they know? You know?
Well, they don't- like,
Is
I
there,
mean,
like...
they do their best, right?
They
just,
do their best,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, but like it is at least in my mind. I think about Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah.
I think about how the FBI specifically got people into the Black Panther Party to sabotage their political intentions and to assassinate Fred Hampton, right? So it's not like it's a thing that happened. It's if you're gonna be,
and it's not just like they have a guy who's like sneaks in from day one. It's just like they identify who the people are, and then they find out if one of them wants
or
they catch a member.
He's very desperate for
They
cash.
catch a member who's also happens to be a drug addict. And they use him to infiltrate the party.
Yeah.
It's so funny, bro, because it's like the PSL, like they do insanely good work, like tons of charity stuff, but like they're incredibly, like the funding is so low. They're like so harmless in the grand scheme of things, and like to think that there could be like some kind of like fucking, clamp down or on the dissent that they do. It's like
National Guard in Memphis, baby.
But I feel like that's how it goes. I feel like whenever there's a clamp down, they just go after the little guys.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
They just send one agent, just one guy probably, try to go after the little guys. I mean, to be fair, maybe to their credit, the government would underestimate them. Like that seems like maybe that's a possibility. I don't know. I have no fucking clue what this organization is. I'm talking out of my ass. But maybe that would be the strategy.
And with that,
make sure you look innocuous and they underestimate you.
I think we're good, right? There's got to be 2 hours.
That's 2 hours. Good night.
I always